So, last time you guys had finished off your exploration through the different planes, looking for a darkness, or sometimes referred to as a taint, that has been going through them. With Minerva not exactly seeing into the future, but planning for it, that the darkness would soon reach the material plane, she had sent her Heroes of Light plus a +1 in the form of Yuki to investigate this darkness that has been moving around. Going between the holy flame, time, and ending up in this plane, you have been getting rid of a lot of the inverse crystals, which are essentially the opposite sides of the elemental crystals. You guys had picked up 4 of them before, though 4 when you had the person before Yuki. With the third in hand and the fourth just within reach, you moved through this plane that you still do not understand what it truly relates to, as you've been hounded by the voices of people praying, either actively or just passively, and through trying to make these voices more concise, they were hidden behind these doors, each one leading to a specific prayer that was going on. As you opened the doors and listened to the prayers, you were given a temporary ability to affect said person's fate, either accepting their prayer and giving them what they required, or simply saying no and having them go through their life as they would normally. It was a mix and match of if it was the right answer to say yes or no, as both had outcomes that were worse or better than the other. And you had met several other robed individuals here, the beings that you had not exactly shared, but had a similar knowledge with. And they seemingly had the same power as they opened up the doors. One of them couldn't really live with the fact that their decisions or inaction was causing so much harm, and they kind of fell apart, though you brought them up and took them with you, later finding out their name to be Lorne and that they used to be a miner. You found another who had taken it a lot more in stride, as they had written up several books and scrolls of the different outcomes and situations. It seemed like it was working in a sense, though they still had more failures than successes. You left them to their devices as you continued onwards. As you went further and further into this plane, some of you started to notice, and when pointed out, you all noticed that Osa was continuing to hold this glow around her, even when she wasn't looking past a door. And with Lorne still in tow, he asked that he could be returned to his previous life. And upon accepting his prayer, Osa waved her hand and Lorne was sent back. She revealed to the party that she saw that Lorne returned to his mining life, and in a much older state, he would die from black lung. Though it seemed he was a lot more happy in the life he was able to return to. With this in hand, you all, well, one of you gave the example that she could use her power to will into existence the taint you were looking for, or the fourth crystal. As she did so, the doors all started to rattle, some of them opening up and showing into the different prayers. And through that, someone finally noticed, I think it was Yuki, that down to the south there was a crystal floating upon the walkway. As you moved towards it, it was down to Osa to grab it, as she was the only one left without having taken a inverse crystal. However, as she did so, the crystal disappeared, and not in a similar sight to the others. It disappeared before she was able to grasp it, and she did not gain any benefit from it. In its place, you heard laughter and clapping from behind as the doors opened up to basically say their prayers and thanks to the one that they had been giving their prayers to, as Lieutenant Colonel Wedge appeared. He described that he had been benefiting from the quest he was giving on to your party, taking up the relics and artifacts you were handing over or finding, as well as taking a modicum of power from the enemies he had you defeat. Along with that, he had been doing a similar task that Vizin Viyib, also known as Titan Backbreaker, was doing, by having people pray to him, either by telling them to or just being a byproduct of people on the streets hearing that Wedge's commands had saved their lives. As such, he has gained a similar power to what Osa had and what Vizin Viyib had, ascending to a more deific stature. He had explained that these doors leading to the prayers were a way for the deities to affect the world, though in a different sense it was only for those who had this knowledge. He opted out a hand of camaraderie as he was aiming to become the deity of calamity, though the name may be ill-suiting as he aims to be the holder of calamity and to make sure it never arrives, using his deific power to answer prayers and remove any sort of hardship from the populace. Though he did make several mentions that he would only use this power for those who asked. If somebody prayed to have their son cured of an illness, he would accept that. If he would have seen a war erupt between the races or continents, he would find a way to solve it without the need of bloodshed of the armies. The team, however, was very adamant that they should not play gods and that they should leave it to the deities that are already in their seats. Something that Wedge wasn't too happy with, though he was accepting if you would just give up your power and leave. He gave you 3 options, though the 3 weren't the only 3 you could have had, where you could join him and all be gods of calamity and to make sure it never arrives, that he would become the single god of calamity and you 4 would have your powers stricken away and you could return it to the material plane. Or the third was that one of your group would have, well, either he or your group would die by the other's hand. To his chagrin, you guys decided it would be best that nobody have this power and you would assault Wedge to take his away from him. And win it off last session as you had 2 turns to do some fangs, where Yuki buffed herself up and moved in, and Iskandar started the real fight off with a impact that shot into Wedge. And we shall continue from there as I describe what happens. As the orb of pure darkness explodes within Wedge, the impacted spell starts to crack Wedge's form. Shadow seeps out very slowly, and then instantly it goes into a jet stream, shooting out and caressing around you, forming a large fog-like area of black. The area is filled with winds and the sounds of chirping in the background as you feel the floor beneath your feet become much more stable from its glass-like manner of the plane you were in, and instead replaced with a sandy texture. You find yourselves within a familiar sight of a Colosseum. Not exactly the one you had fought in before, though one designed in a very familiar fashion. The stands are empty, though you're definitely within the material plane, as you can hear the material creatures in the background doing their normal sounds, with the normal sky up above your heads, the sun beating down. Wedge's form is now more solid and embiggened, almost as if he was glamoured in some way in the other plane. It is easy to see that he has several magical effects around him, one of them being the seemingly now common waterfall that surrounds him. And as you come to here, Wedge will continue with his speech. It seems a fight is inevitable between all of us. Though we shall see if your convictions stand true. You say those die in the lands of armies Giving commands by singular entities is the real path to go. But you say this without an audience. Say it to them. Tell these that they are damned. As he says so, the area becomes full of ghosts, gas, wraiths, skeletons, and zombies, all resembling the different races on Aeon Gaia. They all start to scream and shout, as you can pick out that their cries are to demean you, and that they aren't particularly happy with your decision that they are better off dead. They call for your heads or for your power to be stripped away, and that they do not believe that you should have this power, and that it is not you to decide that they should be dead.
Is this like a debate, or is it part of sort of what's going on to set the scene?
You can shout back at the crowd, but it seems the entirety of the crowd are against you and are behind Wedge.
I do want to point out that my initiative has also gone up by 1 since the last time that we started all this.
Alright.
Just because you want to go in front of Yuki.
Get fucked, Yuki.
Does anyone want to shout back at the crowd, or are they just going to accept their hate cries?
I don't really have anything to say to them. We've made a decision.
Alrighty. If people have nothing to say, we shall start the real combat. And from Iskandor's turn, you did a swift spell and then impact. Is that the end of your turn, or do you wish to 5-step or move?
Spell synergy, because I used haste, so I did 3 spells. I will 5-step there, and that's it.
Alrighty. The cries of the crowd get louder as they demean your efforts. They shout out the name of Yuki as they pull down her stature of hero. They instead call you the demoness of their worlds, and that they wish for your existence to be eradicated. Yuki, give me 2 will saves, please.
Current buffs are haste and Shelra, just so you know.
Yeah, just adding Shelra now, because that wasn't on there last time.
It is resistant, so it does do that weird thing where if you've got resistance in there, it stacks. So
Yeah, I know. I've already sorted it out.
Sad.
2 will saves, yeah?
2 will saves, yes.
Flying start.
212.
Alright. You keeping those?
No, I can't change them.
As you hear the cries of those you would damn, you feel your heart sink and the lightness of your body fade away as you feel the pressures of the world weigh on your shoulders as you become shaken and you start to see that the visages of their faces start to blur and become much more sad in your eyes, and that you have more empathy for them. For shaken, it's just you tick the fear button on conditions.
on.
Osa.
Standard action to activate the ring. Because I didn't do that when we got here, because she was for some reason a little bit preoccupied.
I wonder why.
So weird, right? I guess she's just gonna rage and move in. Get herself the tunnel vision so she can just focus on Wedge and try not to care as much about the ruckus around. And in her own head.
As you move up, he shall attack opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He slashes across your face for 53.
Did I do anything?
As the shadow hits against him, he doesn't even move an inch. Seems like he's
Okay.
unaffected.
Yeah, fair enough.
Out of interest, does that mean the impact didn't do anything?
Well, from your eyes, it cracked his form and started the fight proper.
Okay.
Is that it for Moso? Because it'll stand and then move.
That's it.
Alright. It's going to go to Wedge. He was going to attack Osa.
Did I? I never got a turn, I don't think.
It's because you had too low of initiative. You're... Actually, Wedge is in the wrong space on this initiative, I think. Oh no, I think you tried to mark him.
I did not. I haven't tried to mark anything in a while.
Did you use a scroll?
Nope.
Let's have a look, see. Well, Yuki did
I made
her
myself
thing, I don't-
big. Iskandar used
Yeah.
impact.
You would have been before Iskandar.
But I didn't. I don't remember doing anything. Otherwise, I would have tried to get up in his face.
I could have sworn you marked him, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, because when
Can't
you either
see
tried
it
to
in
mark
chat.
or you used a scroll.
Well, that would have shown up in the chat, and there's nothing. Nothing came up.
Then it may have been a scroll.
Scroll. I don't I'll look and see if my
Did you
scrolls
give
are.
yourself true seeing or something?
Nope.
True seeing or something?
Nope.
Well, if you didn't have a turn, you can go ahead and take one.
Alright, I'm gonna try to move up to Wedge without provoking an attack of opportunity, but we'll see how that goes.
Take your acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. He will attack two into you.
Oh boy.
My guard.
Don't know if you'd be in range for bodyguard.
Well, if it's when Joseph is within 5 feet of me.
Let's see. It would not be.
How dare you, Joseph?
I didn't do anything.
I invested in this, and you betray me.
I'm trying to help you.
I was trying to do what you wanted me to do.
Joseph, you don't have crit protection, do you?
Nope, because that's not a thing in FFd20.
It is.
Only for specific classes.
It's classes, yeah. It's not like a spell, unfortunately.
Yeah, class features. Oh, there's also
well,
a talent for it.
It was a fun game, guys. I'll see you guys whenever you revive me.
You still have the ring. Hold on.
Yeah, hold your horses,
That
Mr.
doesn't
Three
help
should
against
say
netting.
Do you want me to kill you that bad?
No, I don't. It's a thing that's happened before, okay?
Alright. You will get hit for 102.
Oof.
Well, I can confirm that the session ended on Iskandor's turn, so Joseph never got his turn. I just looked back at the old video.
What happened before Iskandor's turn?
Iskandor did impact, and then you were talking about the wounds that were about to hit Wedge, and then you said to end the session there. So Joseph never actually got his turn.
Joseph would have been before Iskandor's turn because he was 20.
Yeah, you just skipped me. That's okay.
Then yeah, you just skipped him because you did me and then Iskandor, and that was it.
Oh. Well, it's because Joseph's hiding, probably.
And Joseph, you take half damage.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. 50.
Just.
I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that. It feels like this relationship is kind of skewed to one side.
It is. I can't help it though either. Okay, I'm gonna take one attack.
He's the emotional support, and I'm the physical support. So you know.
Yeah, you even out in the middle.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like you should have just got married to a mage. Might have been smarter.
That's not how it works. It's emotional. Min-max marriage.
If she got married to a druid, they could use calm emotions on her.
Well, Joseph, you know what to multi-class into.
I've got many, many years to multi-class into that, so we'll see what happens.
As you strike out towards Wedge, your blade is just pushed along the side by the waterfall. Mechanics-wise, you didn't hit his AC.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this stupid.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
Alright, now Wedge is going to attack Osa.
Yep.
Which allows.
I should be able to get this opportunity.
Is Osa currently raging?
Yep.
Alright, you can tell, because there's 3 of you here, that you're unable to flank Wedge.
Awesome.
How am I not surprised?
The one thing I invested in.
Joseph still gets his opportunist attack, though, yeah?
Let me look up the wording on that. I think it's when my allies make an attack, not the other way around.
Okay. Osa doesn't have any protection for crits or my attacks, does she?
Oh.
You got these Wednesday dice back out again. Let's see how it is.
No, this guy is just built differently.
Against an opponent who has just been struck for damage in melee.
Alright, Osa, your attack 6 times, one of them is a crit.
Okay.
I want to heal, but I remember you're in rage.
Iskandor.
I'm not even dead yet.
Iskandor, you have the glasses of magical understanding, don't you?
Yes.
So you would have detect magic up.
Pretty much like as much as I can do, yeah. But is it in minutes intervals? Oh no, that's the first one, isn't it? Yeah. The better ones are just constant.
The better one isn't constant, it's just the read is 10 minutes because that's how the spell works.
Yeah.
But I'll just say you have to take magic up. You can see that both Joseph and Osa have been affected by something.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to tell right now because you need like 3 rounds of dedicated looking at the specific thing, but they've been affected after being hit by Wedge.
I'll yell out that he's got something on his weapon that's going to affect you. I'll let you know when I can. What it is.
Wedge is then going to 10-foot step to here.
Damn you.
I think maybe Osa can follow. I'll double check the wording. I will say that Osa can step up.
I will do that.
As you go to attack him, your axe is also pushed around by the waves of water, and you miss. But you rolled a 5.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
It's gonna be a Wednesday game.
Looks like.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Joseph.
I don't like where this is going. Oh boy. I'm just gonna attempt to act Radix again, even though it's probably not gonna work, and I'm gonna make an attack. I think that's literally the same number. Nope, it's lower.
I suppose you're keeping it.
Yeah, it's not that important. Not yet, anyways.
Alright, he's going to attack you, but you would still be too far away from Osa.
I mean,
No.
He's attacked. You provoke from the square you're in, and he has. Now you can see it. He has at least 15-foot reach.
Ah, okay.
rude.
That is unfortunate, and also rude, yes. Hopefully this one isn't a
Joseph
crit.
will be hit for 45.
That is 22 and 23.
Yeah.
I guess I'll make an attack. I am going to spend one of my hero points to increase my attack by 8, right?
Yeah.
I should have waited. God damn it, I forgot about this stupid waterfall.
Is the 8 in there?
Yes, I believe. 8 plus 41. Hold on. Yeah, it should be in there.
waterfall continues to block your blade.
Forget about this stupid waterfall again.
Yuki.
It's all I got.
As a swift action, Yuki's just got to give herself 2 feats, which will be step up and strike, just so she has those in her arsenal. And she will full attack Wedge. Oh, hang on. I need to put my flanking bonus in.
We can't flank.
No, he can't be flanked.
Yeah, he can't be flanked.
Never mind.
Let me reel that back in.
Oh, hello. It's a lot of numbers.
That is a lot of numbers. I'm glad I put haste on you.
Alright, as your first attack connects, you feel as if Wedge's body shakes and shivers as the skin around the wound of your blade hardens, and you do not get the crit. But you do get the hit.
What? Fucking rude.
that response.
Battle, the last battle of the campaign, the rude battle.
This guy actually has something different to do that.
Can't remember the last time I actually crit, and it was a natural 20 crit. 2 natural 20s.
And with that attack, he takes another 10-foot step.
He's got Fenter. Also an equivalent to it.
He has something. He has a lot of things.
Mm.
I may forget some of his things during the fight. Okay. And after that... that's natural 20. Before it does not confirm, but your 2 and 3rd will miss. The 4th will hit 'cause it's a natural 20. The haste will miss.
Motherfucker.
Was he blinking in and out?
He is not blinking in and out.
Okay.
However, he is blurred, but it seems nobody has actually got into his blurring because everyone has Heartseeker.
Okay.
Why does your haste like have -7 on it? Jester.
That's
How
weird,
is that?
what is it?
Yeah, it says
it-
-7.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It says
Power
minus
attack.
power attack 7.
Highest. Oh.
No,
Okay.
it's still the BAB. It's just
Yeah.
he
Power
probably
attack.
has Furious Focus,
I do.
Okay.
so the first one doesn't count.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And it goes to Iskandar.
I'm going to move 55 feet that way, in that direction. Do I get hit?
Bring up the arrow again, please.
Yeah. So it'd be... I'm just checking, because he said he looks like he got 15. I think I should be alright. Yeah, I'm going that way.
Yeah. If you go there, you do not get attacked.
Alrighty. Technical question about hero points. Can I use one, the additional action in a turn? Can I use that to cast a spell, or is that not allowed?
That's not allowed.
Is that because you don't want me to, or is it because it's not supposed to happen?
It's that space rules.
Alright, cool. That's fine. I thought it was something like that. That's not an issue.
But yeah,
Okay.
you're allowed 1 swift spell a turn and 1 other spell a turn. So it doesn't matter if you have 7 standards. The only thing that gets around is like double cast, because they specifically do that.
No, that's fine. So I will attempt to dispel Wedge. I'll use a Swift to use Arcane Surge and a point, so it is 3 cast levels higher. I don't think this rolls the thing. It does not. So it is this plus 3.
36.
That's terrible. Okay. I have no way of re-rolling that. Oh, I can use a hero point to reroll it. Of course I can. Fool. I'll do that.
If you're not going to use the hero point to give yourself an extra standard.
Yeah, that's what I won't. I won't use the extra standard if I can't cast the spell. I'll try and reroll it.
Do you get to know the outcome before the reroll? What's hero points? Over here. Okay. Hero points. You can spend a hero point to reroll any d20 you just made. You must take the results. Okay, it doesn't say.
No,
So
so
beforehand.
it's a 6, so I've got a chance of doing it higher. Never mind. All right.
You say that's +3.
Yeah.
31. 31 succeeds.
All right, I'll take that.
His waterfall fades away and hits the sand, making it all moist around him. And he looks to be slowed down.
Okay. I can't swift spell, so that's me done.
I'll say since you have Detect Magic up, you know you dispelled 2 things, and you could only dispel 2 things.
Okay.
However, you know, it's Sea Mantle, so it's 8 AC less now.
I'm assuming he's unhasted if you're saying he's slowed down.
Yeah, you could take that.
Alright.
Anything else?
I can't. It's a swift action to increase my cast level like that, and it fatigues me, so that's it.
Okay.
Now I need to fix Joseph and Osa.
Wedge raises his hands as he speaks to the crowd. It is casters like that that exploded your towns and ripped apart your fellows. Take away his ability to do that any longer.
Now hold the fucking phone.
As the crowd cheers and demeans Iskandor's name, a horrendous amount of arrows come singing through the air up atop the walls. As they go towards Iskandor, you're able to dodge a few, but they are countless, as enough are able to pierce into you. Iskandor, you take 22 damage, and are you immune to crits? Or have anything for crits?
Not at the moment, no, because I didn't fire a body myself.
Okay. Several of the arrows pierce through your neck as you start to speak in a hoarse voice. At which point, any spell that requires a vocal component, so you'd have to use Silent Spell, has a 20% failure.
I can work with that.
And it goes to Osa.
It's first time. Wait, no, hang on. Move action to go into a taunting stance. And then use my standard to just moving closer.
Is that it?
Yep.
Alrighty. Wedge will attack opportunity you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get hit for 51. As he does hit you, you will notice some of his wounds healing up. It goes to Wedge, as you can see his wounds continuing to heal, as he has different effects. I need to double check his abilities. Alright, that is fine. He is going to 10-foot step to here. Again, it's only a 5 for Osa, so you can following step if you want.
Will do. Come on.
Oh dear.
Bumble will, of course, miss.
Yeah.
Wedge is then going to attack Yuki.
How many times we're talking?
He is attacking you still 6 times.
Well, I can only parry 5, so I'll parry 5 of them.
Okay, so the haste didn't affect that. Interesting.
No, it doesn't.
The haste would have still lowered his attack and AC by 1. As well as reflex. Okay. Are you keeping all of those?
Can't do nothing with them.
Alrighty. You try to bash into his blade with yours, however, he is much quicker than you, and you fail to parry any.
Fucking hell.
Things to be the last time I ask, Yuki has something for crits, does she?
Nope.
Alright, you are hit 6 times, 2 of them being crits for 3, 4, 4. Wedge continues to also heal.
Question is, does it go through my DR?
It goes for any DR except for /dash.
That's just rude. We haven't got any temp HP going on, have we?
None that's in the list, no.
Right.
I would also say you could roll intelligence, either your Osa, to notice something, I guess. Alright, Yuki,
Yuki's smart!
since you have the feat, you can tell he's going for precision and not damage, so he's most likely not using power attack.
Okay.
Then go to Joseph.
Oh boy. There's not enough shadows around here to teleport into, right?
The sun is up high, so the only shadows that are here are beneath people's feet, but it's not, you can't really go into their squares, so no.
Yeah, okay. Attempts to... Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to acrobatic through Yuki's square over to the other side of Wedge. See if I can get there.
You can acrobatics for allies fine. So you're going to like here or something? Are you going like that or are you going through Wedge?
I was going to go through Yuki's square to...
Because you know he can't be flanked, so I didn't know if you're going anywhere particular.
No, I was more trying to block his movement.
Yeah, going there is fine. However, he will attack opportunity you still, because that fails.
Yeah.
And he will hit you for 47. And he heals again.
23? 23.
Yep, 23 and 24. This whole ring-basedness really increases the value of AoE healing.
Yeah, it does. Okay. I don't know why my... Does anybody else see my red line still?
Yeah,
I don't know why it's still there.
make a new line. See if it'll just reset. Yep, it's gone.
Okay. And I will... is the waterfall still there?
Waterfall's gone.
Waterfall is gone. Do I get the feeling that he can or cannot be flanked still?
Well, Iskandor just tell you, the waterfall has nothing to do with flanking.
Okay, yeah. I will just do... I did move over 10 feet. I will attempt to use my last hero point and make another attack.
Alright. So using your hero point to give yourself +8.
Correct.
Okay.
I cannot roll for garbage. God damn it.
Let me double check my words. Alrighty. You hit. However, he is not bleeding.
Okay, that's good to know. He still takes the rest of the precision
so,
damage, though, right?
I do need to make another roll.
Also, I don't want him making 5-foot steps. So I am going to continue to lower his AC, because I feel like even with the attack penalty, he's still going to be able to hit me. And instead of the attack penalty, I'm going to make it so that he cannot do the 5-foot steps. I will load up the...
It's hampered.
I believe so, yes. I will put the wording into chat since I don't usually use
half
it.
speed and cannot take a 5-foot step.
Nice. Would that work on 10-foot steps, I take it? Just because it's the increase?
Anytime
Yeah,
you can't make
I'll
a
tell
5-foot step.
the thing he has makes all of his 5-foot steps 10-foot steps, so it still is a
It's the
5-foot
same
step.
action. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, I'll say hampered stops him doing that.
Okay, perfect. That's the best thing that could have happened.
And just to let you know, you did get your precision that time.
Yay!
However, anyone who has hit him, everyone knows they're doing less than normal. I don't know if I said that or not.
That's just part of the course at this point, surely.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's all I can do.
Yuki.
Yuki is got a limit break.
Now is the time to shine.
Just thinking of which ones to do. Do I go critical strike or do I go omni strike for more attacks? I'm hardly hitting this guy, so probably not.
Well, he can't really be crit that much, so you might want to hit him more.
Yeah, good point.
I don't know, does Soldier have a limit break?
Swift action, omni strike. I can't actually remember, but it's too late now anyway. And then Yuki is gonna wail at this guy.
Come on.
Oh, you just get Mako faster. Yeah, you probably want to do that.
And in retaliation to your attacks, Wedge is going to be parrying you.
Well, he's got to parry like every attack because I rolled awful.
Yeah, sadly I've got to do mine before you make your rolls, so I don't know you're rolling awful. Yeah, he's parried all your attacks.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
All 8 of them? God damn. I know, to be fair, it's attacks opportunity, is it? It's not attacks. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, he parries all the ones until the last Omni Strike, which doesn't hit him anyway.
Fair enough.
Mate.
Alright. Iskandar.
Okay, so I'm going to try and cast a spell. I take it as a 1d100 for that roll.
Yeah, 1d100, 1 to 20, you'll fail.
Alrighty. Might as well say that before I do it, so I take it that succeeds.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else I need to know about that ability? Because I'm assuming it's the Archer one, but I don't know.
It is the Archer cool shot thing, yeah.
Alright. Okay, as a full round, I'll cast Kiraja, centered on Yuki, so it hits Joseph as well. Osa, I guess you can roll to see if you get it. Because I know that there's something affecting you, but I don't know what it is. I'm hoping it's in this list.
Oh, well, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll save.
You can see that has not cured whatever is affecting them.
Okay.
What's the DC for the save?
With all your extra stuff, I don't think Osa will... Yeah, it's DC 28, she's fine. Well, she's not fine. That's the
She
problem.
doesn't get healed, is the thing, yeah.
She doesn't get the heal.
It's not
Just-
fine, is the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
How much healing is that? 200.
200, yeah. And the status effects. And any status effects that they were affected by, they'd get a little bit of an extra save, but it doesn't work anyway. So that's all for you. And then
Surprisingly, he doesn't get red shaken.
yeah, so I've got something for that. I will be swift casting Great Heroism on Yuki, but I need to do another D100 first.
Yes.
Yep, that'll do. I do believe it's touch. I'll be using my Great Magic Rod. Yeah, so it's close. So that should hit Yuki. Have you got the Great Heroism buff on there, Yuki?
I do.
Alrighty. That costs a bit of MP. But yeah, you're immune to fear effects with that, so that's shaken should go as well.
There's your temp health you wanted.
And temp health, yeah.
How exciting.
And it's your saves, because I know you need help with them.
You also didn't increase your health by 200?
I forgot to do that.
But that's me done.
She doesn't want healing.
I will do it in a sec. Because I'm trying to edit a macro at the same time. Oh wait, do I not have great heroism? No, I don't.
No.
I have to add it on.
You might have had
No, I
hero.
do.
You have? How do you have that?
What?
How do you have Great Heroism?
You just cast it.
Oh, I thought you meant before now.
I think he meant
no.
his buff list. Take it on.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I went on my buff list. All good.
Is that it for Miskendor?
Yeah, that's it for now.
Alrighty. It goes to the spirits, who see that Wedge is under assault, as they all give prey that their lord is saved, just as he saved them. Wedge's body is surrounded in a bright light as he disappears and reappears.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Right, okay.
Answer.
Why didn't I use buffs?
I think she's gonna charge in.
Alright. He's
Yeah,
already
he
used his AOs, so he doesn't have any.
Okay, that's coming. I was gonna say, like, because of the stance, he has +4 to attack and damage against Osa. Let's try to do a whack. It's a whack.
You certainly give a solid whack into Wedge. If you do that, Iskandor, you will have your initiative moved to just before Osa.
Absolutely fine, I don't want to die.
Alright. In that case, I'll move your initiative to there and go ahead and take your standard.
Yep, so I will just be running, like, flat out. You can't withdraw.
Withdraws a
Like-
full round.
Yeah.
But, like I just said, Wedge has already used his AOs against Yuki.
Yeah, that's what I mean, so I'm gonna go to there. That should be it. 60 feet. In fact, no, I've got 70 feet. I'm going to there. Fuck this. Meow.
Right,
But
I'm
yeah.
out. After Osa.
Alright, it's Osa's turn done.
Yeah.
Biosa, Biosa.
You guys got this, I'll see you later.
Goes to Wedge, who continues to heal.
I cannot survive a full round from Wedge right now. So, I'm going to go over here.
Sure you can. Okay, he is going to full attack Osa.
Alright, so he has +4 to attack and damage against her. However, I get to attack him before his attacks with the same bonuses. And also, how much bigger is he than me?
He is 1 category larger.
Okay,
Are
so
you
just
using-
+2.
Can we get me?
Haunting stance.
Are these attacks counted as your AOs?
Yes, I have 6 AOs. So just for the first one, because it gets hopefully the thing.
He's attacking you 5 times. I don't know why I
Okay,
said
that's
6 before. I was
first.
counting weird before. Both of those will hit.
So put this here. He has the rest of them.
Both. First 2 will hit. Fumble misses. The last one hits. So all of them hit except 1.
Everything but the fumble. Alright. Your turn.
Yay. He is going to hit you and hit you and hit you. He will hit you 5 times. None of these are crits. I'm not sure. I think I was counting his extra attack as a different number for some reason. That's why I was saying 6. He's always had 5. Also, in that case, I need to lower his health because I healed him too much last time. And we'll go to Joseph.
Oh boy. Alright, I've never used this before. I'm going to try something new.
Just to let you know, your hampering and disorientation has ended because you only got the 1 hit.
I understand, yes. What was it called? Okay. I'm essentially just gonna charge. This is a new thing. Does
thing?
not- yeah, so at 4th level Dark Knight, I got a new Dark Knight talent thing.
Abyssal Art.
Yeah, Abyssal Art. Plunge does not provoke attacks of opportunity and get extra damage if I hit. So I'm gonna try to do that.
You need to be in Dark Side to use Abyssal Arts.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I don't think it's changed.
Oh yeah,
But
under the effect of Dark Side. Okay.
Yeah.
And Dark Side is a move action, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that's correct until you get high level, but you're not going to get that level.
Sorry,
no,
can
I'm
we-
not.
Can we briefly go back to Joseph's noise there? That was a proper, like, crunk noise. I really want that recorded.
Dark Side is a swift action.
Oh yeah, exiting it is a move action, which is weird to me, but okay. Yeah, I will swift action Dark Side. Let me put that buff on.
Does Plunge take any action?
I mean, it's a charge action, so I assume it would take your standard and probably
as
your move.
part of a charge. Yeah, looks like it's just a. It should say free action, but it says part of a charge, so whatever. So yeah, you can go do so. Just remember, whilst in Dark Side, nobody else can heal you.
Correct. And that is going to use up that swift, so I can't use the other thing. So that's my swift, and then I make a move. And that's a charge, so I have to be to the closest square I can get to. And then it's a charge, so it's +2 to a hit. New stuff is exciting, but it's also time consuming.
Yeah. And he is going to parry, as he didn't like what you did to him last time. Okay. As you charge in, he will swing up his greatsword and parry your attack.
Fuck off. Well, that's all I can do.
Alrighty.
Let me take my HP out for 4 levels of Dark Knight.
Yuki.
Yuki will charge at this guy and whack him. Never mind.
There is fine. He knows you're only gonna get one, so he's not gonna bother the parry on you. Doesn't well. Yeah, you're not high enough fighter for the fumbles don't matter, so that will be a miss.
That'll be
Yeah,
all
is
I
that
can
it?
do.
Alrighty. Which calls out to the crowd. Assassins have come to take your savior away. Make it so they cannot follow that which saves your lives. As a hail of arrows come out from the sky and go towards Joseph's feet.
Sorry, I had to step away. What happened?
The crowd is shooting at Joseph's feet.
They got a foot fetish.
Not again.
What's the matter, Wedge? Can't rely on your own talents to take us out?
I know, it's almost like you needed...
It's
Joseph,
almost like you
take
need an entire
19
army
damage.
just to take us.
I mean, you're the 4 ganking him.
Look, you escape the gank, or you die by it. Them's the rules. In fact, no, he came to us. We don't gank him.
Joseph, you cannot charge or run.
Call bullshit.
Iskandar.
Okay, I just need to check something very quickly.
I'll give you 5 seconds with it very quickly.
That's fine. Is that a AoE? Of course it fucking isn't. Okay, is that magical effect still on Osa and Joseph, and do I know what it is? Because it has been 3 rounds.
Yeah, I don't even need a roll. You know that it's still on Osa, it's not on Joseph. You can tell on Osa that it is dimensional anchor, meaning she cannot teleport. Or be teleported.
Right, is there any way for me to target that effect? No, I can't, because she's... Wait, no, I can dispel magic her, because technically, that's
You
fine.
can dispel magic, however he's inflicting it from his weapon.
Okay.
It happens every time he hits, and also... whatever.
No, I'm just more concerned that...
Do I need to care about that?
Well, you say that, but we're warping arenas, and there's a chance that when we go to another one, you get left behind.
It's also a case of Resurrection teleports you towards Iskandar if he has that spell. I think he does.
Yeah, Resurrection would, but Full Life does not. Okay.
Same for stuff like Dimensional Hop or Joseph's Shadow teleport, but there's not enough shadows here for him to use.
Okay. I will attempt
Unless
to
you
cast
made them.
Not yet, but I
I
could do that. If
You
you
don't
want
have
that.
the Rain Cloud spell. Definitely make some shadows around.
I mean, I could just use Black Light on him, in all fairness. Okay. That still works, because I assume I'm still
Ops
affected.
vision, so he wouldn't be able to.
Oh yeah, I can't stop him. Okay. I will quicken cast... I think I've got normal restore. Nope, I don't. Restoraga it is. That
For what?
is... I'm going to cast Restoraga on Joseph to fix his feet. That should be how it works, right?
Let me check. I would ask an intelligence roll, but you'd make it so yes, a Restoraga or Restorer would remove the feet shot.
Yeah. So I will do that. I'll be using my second use of third on the rod for close, because I'm not going over there.
The D100 is for your 10%, yes?
Correct, yeah.
Alright.
So that's quickened, so that'll be minus 11.
Alright, Joseph is fine. His feet feel great.
And technical question: if I use legendary proportions on Yuki, does she become huge, or is it stop her at large?
Multiple size increases do not stack.
Okay, in that case,
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah. No, I was just checking it was a different effect or not, and I'll just cast Fiery Body on myself.
Alright.
For bits. Actually, hold on. What's everyone's health at? It's not terrible. Yeah, you'd be fine.
Say that as you look at Osa's health.
Osa, I think at this point, surely Iskandor's used to Osa just going absolutely ballistic. Like, and just turning into mush during fights and still swinging her axe.
Yeah, she's again looking like she shouldn't be standing, but there she goes.
There she goes again.
Local woman too angry to die.
That's it. I'm done.
Alrighty. Osa.
Alright. Blast and falling next to him, so let me break.
I don't know, are you below half?
Just
Do you have
about.
to- Do you have to go to like half of minus to limit break now?
yeah, if you go below minus half of your health into the minuses, I don't think you qualify.
It circles back around.
Yeah, you need to get healed to a lower minus number. Or a higher minus number.
It's going to be the unstoppable force because it's the only one that matters. And just full attack on this guy.
There should be a talent just for frenzied warriors that every half of your health that you go down, you get another limit break at the same time. So you could go down to like negative half of your health and
Multiplied by all the...
then get 3 limit
negatives.
breaks.
Oh god, too much math for a barbarian.
Yeah, you don't play barbarian to do maths.
Yeah, here we go.
And should she actually get a hit in on him, I will make my opportunist attack.
Correction to the earlier, taunting stance doesn't give me the bonuses as well, I don't think. No, I actually read it. It just allows me to make an attack opportunity when they hit me, or before they hit me. And they get the bonus, but I don't. Alright. So that's my bad. Why are there so many ones?
Which will be parrying. Sadly, I'm parrying a 1.
Yeah, try the one. Go for it.
Does he go for the parry like, ah, shit, no?
Yeah, he sees her wrist getting weak and he's like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. Alright, he fails to parry the second, so the second hits him. Which means, Joseph, you can have the opportunist. How many attacks does Osa have? So you can do it with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can't do anything else. Joseph will hit.
I am not flanking. Damn it.
Yep, no flanks, so no precision, whatnot. Alright, Wedge then parries the third. He fails to parry the fourth. So the fourth hits. He parries the fifth, and he attempts to parry the fumble. He doesn't parry it, but you fumbled, so it doesn't matter. And you bite him.
I can see that. Like, you just hit him and you go, fuck it. And they just nib it.
I mean, that's always been a tactic, just for good measure, one final jump.
And with that last one, he is going to 10-foot step to here.
I don't like this.
He's got the stuff, he's going to use it. Goes to Wedge. He is going to charge. No, he's gonna move. No, actually, he has acrobatics. So I just roll that. Error point not to.
So he's gonna move at half speed.
Yes. Osa and Yuki, what are your CMDs?
52.
Well, he failed, so go ahead and attack opportunity.
Alright, then in that
58.
case, I'm gonna try to make him stand still. So, CMB, and if I succeed, he can't move.
Is it a rage power?
It's a feat.
Beat, yeah.
Stand still.
Plus 11 BAB.
Rolled an 11.
It's not bad.
He will not be stopped.
Shit.
What were you saying, Jester? You were like that, but
Nope, didn't say anything.
Jaster gets both his hits.
god damn.
I can heal.
And which goes to there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to lay a sword down onto its condor.
Okay.
You don't have any mischance or anything now, do you?
No, but I am immune to crits.
Okay, just straight immune, that's fine. Okay, he will hit you for 56.
Okay. Just for full disclosure, I take it this isn't in any way water damage, because I take double from that at the moment.
There is no water in there, no.
Alright. I will lower my health when I have a chance, because my shit is frozen.
He also gets his per round healing and healing for hitting you. And it will go to Joseph.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I guess I could try to plunge again.
There's no way you could charge unless you could charge for allies.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, I can't take a 5-foot step and then charge either.
Hold after me and then I'll move out the way.
Sure, I'll hold after Yuki.
Alrighty. So much for that +1 from being a level higher.
My plan all
Yeah.
This was his plan all along.
Yuki will charge to here and attack.
Which will attack opportunity.
I will attempt to parry it. I'm assuming it's just the one attack.
It's just one, yes. He doesn't have the enhancement for 2.
52, please.
That you will fail.
Ah,
And he is going to crit you
ah.
for a 98. And get healed.
Right, now my charge.
which he will parry.
No! Fuck you.
However, he will fail to parry you.
Good.
I've rolled very low.
That took me really off guard.
What, that we're parrying each other or trying to?
No, it's just to go fuck you. I wasn't expecting it. That was all.
Alrighty. Joseph.
Did you do the reflex save?
I shall do that now.
Ah, cheating.
He saves.
Rude.
Alright, I'm going to try to plunge again.
It's very good that all of you have heart seeking. And he is attempting to parry. You are parried.
Of course. At least he can't try to hit me back because fun stuff.
Alright.
That is it for me.
Iskandor, you no longer have the 10% spell failure.
Okay.
Oh, but you got hit with his weapon, so now you're not going to be able to move with teleportation.
Shit, I'm just fast. I don't need that.
Which then calls
Just
out to
fly
the
up. He
crowd
can't hit you.
to take away that which the mage holds dear. Iskandor, I need you to give me 5 fortitude saves, please.
Jeez. You're just going to rip out all your cybernetics.
Fucking hope not. Jesus Christ. Eesh. I haven't got any more hero points. I'm going to have to take that. Fire body, yeah, fire body is ticked, right? So does this affect my? I take it this isn't a spell that's being used.
It is a spell or spells.
Okay. So the wording is that you're immune to a load of like normal shit, and then anything that affects your physiology and respiration. I take it this won't come into effect.
I don't think this will come into effect. No.
That's fine.
Are we keeping these?
Can't change them.
All right. You only fail the one, as you lose 16 MP.
I take it that was the siphon or the other one that drains MP.
These are coming outside the arena, so you can't tell, but it's taking away your MP, so up to you to guess which one.
I can only assume it's that one. Alright.
You can only assume.
Okay.
And it goes to Iskandor.
Is he out of attack opportunity? That's the real question.
He's used 3 of them.
Then no.
Then no.
Okay.
Pretty sure he has at least 7.
Okay.
I think I can get less 2 of them for you, but it's not gonna be enough.
No, that's fine. I can't dispel greater the dimension lock, can I?
You can dispel the effect on you.
So can I specifically target that effect?
You would still have to take magic up, so I guess you can see the aura, so you could target that specifically, yeah.
Okay. I'll quicken cast that, because
You can just do a normal dispel, because you don't know if you're being affected by more than one thing.
Oh yeah, no, I'll do a normal 3rd level, but I'll quicken it anyway, just so I don't have to roll concentration for this particular spell.
Let me double check. I have some things.
Oh, he's finally got the things. Wait, do I even have normal dispel? I swear I do. I think I only have dispel greater. Yeah, I only have to spell Grey. Doesn't matter.
It's not that one, is it this one? It's not that one. Just 1 second, sorry.
That's take your time.
I got a lot of things. You are fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll try to dispel that effect. So it'll be 6 MP. You just want a cast level check, I take it.
Yes. You're fine. It's gone.
Where was this when I... Okay, never mind. And in which case I will cast Bend Space and Time Greater to basically put me behind everyone else over
We'll need the defensive cast for that.
there. Yeah, no, that's fine.
You can tell it is harder around him.
No, that's understandable. Does that work?
Yes.
Bye-bye. Wait, that's a wall. There we go.
Into the crowd.
I think that's it, yeah.
It should be, because I'm pretty sure the teleport ends your turn, or is that a different teleport I'm thinking of?
It's a standard and a swift, and I don't have spell synergy anymore, so that's all I can
Well,
do.
I know there's a teleport that immediately ends your turn. I can't remember if it is that or it's something else.
I'll check, but it doesn't really matter anyway. I can't do much.
Alright. Osa.
Charge in.
He's going to attack opportunity.
Yeah.
Iskandar's gonna start twin casting Ultima on the crowd so that he doesn't have to deal with this shit anymore.
He will hit Osa. It's a crit for 101.
Here is one for you. It's not a crit.
He will attempt to parry. He fails to parry.
Alright.
As you strike at Wedge, he will falter to a knee. However, his necklace shines bright, and he looks as if he is fully healed.
I'm trying to figure out if I've done an opportunist attack this time. I don't.
No, I don't think so.
I guess it hasn't been my turn since then, so I will be able to do that.
You saying you are gonna opportunist?
Yeah, I just had to take off the bonus from charging.
Okay.
I'm slow. I apologize.
He would be currently prone.
Oh my god, he's prone?
Oh, so then add 4 to
I mean,
that.
he went down
God damn.
for a split second.
Yeah, the auto full life occurs when you hit the ground, basically.
Nice.
Oh! Oh, dang it. I haven't moved. So the only way I can get precision on him right now is if I move, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't take strength damage, unfortunately.
Alrighty, that should be everything from that. Goes to Wedge, who is going to stand. This will provoke. He is going to be accepting the first one, which is Osa. So Osa hits him for the first one. He is then going to move after that one with his 10-foot step. So
Oh,
he's out of reach for everyone else.
Rage.
This whole game's been arranged so far.
He's then going to move because his thing doesn't stop him from the 5-foot movement thing.
It's a shame you can't throw that sword.
I'd fucking throw it if I could.
Technically, you can.
You just can't get it back. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I can. I've got called.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
And he's going to move to there.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Nah.
He really doesn't like you.
Nah.
You're a caster. I'd expect.
Less discrimination, maybe?
Alright,
He's too scared of Yuki. That's what it is.
Done. Yuki.
Once again. After wasting her crit, she'll charge. Ha! You fucking deserve it.
I haven't even seen you moved. He's going to attack as soon as you come up.
Alright, I'll parry it.
Alright.
Why am I rolling so low on my parries?
Who knows? You're a bit muffled though. Are you got something over your microphone or you're ill?
No, no, no.
He will hit you with a crit for a 97.
I'm assuming he parried me then.
He's then going to parry your charge. He failed. He rolled a 1 on his parry.
Wait,
So-
I remember.
Mhm.
Does he... I have 20% miss chance. I'm assuming he goes through it.
Oh yeah.
That's just sash.
Let's check if you get a crit. You confirm your crit.
Ah! So I need a reflex save for the charge, and then I need a fortitude save for the crit. Also, does a 61 trip him?
No.
That's just sad.
He saved both effects.
Mother...
And the fortitude is for the staggered stun, yeah?
Yep, so...
He is not staggered either.
Ah! I need our fucking words after this game.
I mean, it's high level. There's going to be a lot of immunity things going on.
There's a lot of bullshit happening right now.
There's bullshit, and then there's bullshit.
A lot of stuff he has, you would have access to, Yuki.
Ah, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, at least you did crit damage. Still a hell of a lot. Joseph.
At least I heal for it. That's a positive.
I just wish he wasn't immune to flanking. I don't like it. Plunge again.
I've seen a recurring theme, like, the higher CR go, there's a lot of immune through flanking and flat foot.
I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Yeah, it's like the all-round vision thing that a lot of things get. It's a bit of a pain.
Blindness.
I mean, shit, I could try and blind it.
We're just gonna attack opportunity.
He cannot.
Can he not? He do
Not
the
with
plunge
plunge.
thing. Oh, sorry. In that case, he's just gonna parry. For
It's a nat 20 though, goddamn.
he will parry.
You bastard.
Join
He is
my
taking-
club.
He is taking minuses with each one because it's the same thing that Yuki has.
Yeah, I know, but it's still bullshit. I don't care that I have it. Mine's not working.
It's garbage that I got
Well,
a
you are
natural
power
20.
attacking. He isn't, so you have a you have a minus to yours.
I
I
got a
know.
Natural 20. And all my bonuses that I have.
Hey,
which-
I've been parrying fumbles. Just because
Yeah.
I parry a 20 doesn't even it out.
Let's just say
No,
that
no,
I'm not power attacking in
he's
my
the-
parries.
He's supposed to have to roll higher than me, right?
Yeah.
So, I got the highest I could possibly get, and he's still parrying me.
If it makes you feel any better, I crit your crit.
Ah, well, that makes sense because he's got fighter levels, I'm sure. Full BAB levels.
Goes to the crowd as the arena starts to become a mass of wind and ticking noises. That is not what I typed, but okay. I'll type it again. I need everyone to give me 2 fortitude saves, please.
Sorry, I accidentally clicked initiative. It's right next to saves. Can I go down to
Okay.
16 again?
And I think my net is slowing down because getting some robotic noises and the stream is buffering.
Yeah, my power cards have not gone through. I'll just do them from the sheet.
Yeah, my power card hasn't gone through. Oh, hello. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
I think
definitely
power
my
cards are.
internet.
I think power cards are broken.
How could you do this to me? There was an
Mine
error
just has
communicating
worked.
with the quantum roll server.
Oh, that's
Stop
nice.
trying to go through time and space. There's no time mages here.
Yeah, there is.
There's one.
Yes, there is.
I'm like a half time. I don't know what I am.
Not even
Alright,
half
the,
of you are level 1.
I am spell fluid. All right.
He doesn't subscribe to just one color. Alright, power cards are up. I just need Yuki's.
It's coming. There it is. I rolled a 5 and a 7.
Say, everyone's saves are fucking nuts compared to mine. What the hell's going on?
I get my charisma bonus to my saves.
True. I did boost everyone's saves as well. My fortitude is just not great.
Hey, everybody saved.
What? Fair enough.
Everybody saved? I can make it so everyone failed if you want.
No, I just didn't expect it. That's all.
Iskandar.
Alright. Okay.
You can... well, he hasn't attacked you, so you're not anchored.
Okay, so I can.
You can teleport if you want.
Yeah, I will, actually. And then I'll fix Yuki. So, let me defensive cast. I'm just going to do the concentration first, just in case.
Can you fix Yuki's damage attack? Because nothing's going through.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I don't know. Make my
that
rolls
is-
lucky.
That is for the teleport to get to there. I'll take the MP out. It is 7. No, I will be using full cure. I'm pretty sure it's full cure. It's 8 now, isn't it? Because it's ranged. Yeah, full cure on Yuki.
You already got heroism. No, none of the rest of us do, so just...
Yeah, I can
Hands off.
I can make you. I can
Yeah,
give you the
I know.
proportions, but not right now. Like, I think you need to live.
I have
Uh,
like renewal items. I'll come back alive.
That is a swift cast because it's 7th. So no, hold on. Can I even do that to you? Yes, no, I can. I can. That's fine. But that's all of my abilities gone. I can't do anything else this turn.
Alrighty. Elsa.
Let's go and charge back in.
Wedge will attack opportunity.
Yep.
Or 49. And he will parry. I don't think he's going to succeed, though. He is
At this point, is he just attacking her spirit?
she's still held
I don't-
together.
I don't know. To be fair, you've hit minus 1,000 this campaign, so this probably isn't that bad for you.
I'm almost half to my normal health. So it's around the time when the limit break circles back around.
Wedge will attack Joseph.
Bodyguard.
He is indeed next to you.
How many attacks was that? 6? Or 5?
5.
Well, I'm just gonna bodyguard until the first one goes through. I'm not gonna bodyguard all of them because I can't do anything else because we're not flanking, so yeah. Sure, why not?
Got 2 2s in there, so close. So increases his AC by how much?
By 2. It's not much.
By 2, and you take the first hit, yeah?
Yeah, the first hit goes to me instead. That goes through regardless. Would these actually go with the taunting stance? Probably not.
I would say no.
Yeah, because he's not specifically attacking me. Alright.
Alright. Otis will take 50, and then Joseph takes 4 hits of 304, and there are 2 crits in there.
The thing that's happened.
152.
Yes.
Damn it. Does anybody know what my health was just a second ago?
I think it was 304.
Yeah, you were pretty close to full. Maybe a couple rounds of dark side.
Yeah. Any dark side, I don't know if you take it off, but I'm pretty sure it was like 304.
Wow. Okay, so I was... Either way, it was the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, you that definitely saved your life, regardless.
He is
Other
then
than-
going to 10-foot step back.
No!
Out there.
Hey, at least you get to move 10 foot for your precision attack, right?
Yeah, but he's just gonna parry it.
Oh god.
Yuki, the other one who can parry.
Seriously, stop going away from me.
I've got a plan. It might work, it might not, but we'll see how we go.
Well, Yuki will charge again. She can charge through allies before you question it. She'll go to
shall
here.
Attack of opportunity.
Yuki will parry. And she will crit this parry.
You sure?
Fuck! Why a 2?
Wait, can you... Oh, wait, you can't use 0 points, never mind.
No.
You will be crit in return for 103.
Oh, you nicked my crit.
Right.
Stop stealing our crits.
Stop getting hit. I keep healing you.
Now the charge attack, which you're now going to parry.
I may do.
A 9!
I got a 19, so I just got close to you, right?
What's the same number?
He will successfully parry you.
Pain.
Yuki will just roll in her own self-pity.
Hey, now you know how the enemies feel when you were parrying them all the time.
Meant to die!
Uh-huh.
PCs are meant to win. It's how it works in every anime.
You could just at this point, you could go just to chill with Iskandar, because that's where he seems to be going all the time.
Yeah, I'm
Just 'cause it-
flipping well tempted.
Eventually, right?
just because you have a big sword doesn't mean you're the PC, alright? That's not how it works.
He is the hero.
We're all heroes.
Even if the crowd says he's not.
Look, at the end of this, we're just meant to die. It's how it works. It's how it ends.
I can stand by the fact that I have died in almost every single one of Napaz's campaigns. That is not necessarily how it's going to go.
Hey, I've got a whole game so far. No, I've got a clear streak so far. I've not died yet. Like, had a party wipe is what I mean.
Yeah, you've had no TPKs yet.
That's
I've had
the
all
word.
of them.
Yeah, actually. Jack B has had all my TPKs in the past 3 years.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Wait,
Apart
so that
from-
means what I'm hearing is you're a bad luck charm. You better have not just ruined my streak.
But when things are going bad, he just leaves the call and you guys win.
Uh-huh.
What's Joseph doing? You doing plunge again?
Yeah, but first I'm gonna swift action, perfect dodge.
The limit break.
Yes.
All right.
Hey,
which will-
if, with
you'll
how
attempt to
way
attack
he's going,
Tuesday.
he'll get you.
Oh no, you can't. You're plunging. He will parry, I guess.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna make an attack.
How many rounds is your perfect dodge?
4 more after this one, which is why I've got the 4 on that little thing there.
I could add a tracker.
Hey, look, I might have just found a way to save Iskandar. If I just like keep Iskandar on a corner and I just stand here, Wedge can't get him.
No one puts Iskandar in a corner.
I said that you just go chill with Iskandar and bodyguard him. Because that's where Wedge seems to be going all the time.
Yeah, but as soon as I go there, that's when he won't move. That's how it works.
Wedge parries you.
Very well.
This whole fight has just been Wedge parrying.
The crowd calls out for Iskandar to fail, as Iskandar needs to give me 5 fortitude saves, please.
Oh my god, not again. Alright.
Well, you keep healing everybody.
No, that's not terrible. I'll keep that.
Okay, Iskandar, you lose 46 MP.
Okay. It's not great. It's not terrible.
And then it goes to Iskandar. Who's
Okay.
being drained.
He is being drained. Oh, this is going to be different to what I normally do anyway, so I'm going to dispel his sword.
Ooh.
That was just the roll. I keep forgetting it's not in there. Motherfucker. Alright, we'll see. We'll see how we go. I'm keeping it.
Okay.
That's a swift.
His sword is dispelled.
You do the 1d4, don't you? That's fine.
I indeed do the 1d4.
I will then... I think I'm in range of Joseph? He's within 90 feet, right? Yeah, full cure Joseph. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I know you know
You
what it
can't
does.
heal me.
What? Oh, you're in dark
He's on the
side.
dark side.
You fuck it. Alright. Okay, in that case, I'm going to do something a bit weird. Would you allow me to do that, or are we having a bounce of what I did?
No, you know he has the thing, so...
Okay. I will use my last use of Close to bestow Curse Greater on Wedge.
Which is currently making him a new attack since his sword has been wimpified.
So I'll use a point to increase it by 1. DC is 29. It is, I believe, a fortitude save. It should say
Will
it in there.
save.
As
Oh,
well.
it's a will save, sorry. And I'm attempting to make it so there's a 25% chance he does nothing.
Okay, I have wimpified his sword. Or at least made an attack that's wimpified. Okay. He is not cursed.
It was worth a try. I am done.
Elsa.
Keep this up and charge back in.
The good news is his parries will now be worse.
That is good news.
Is he gonna attack me?
Yeah.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, why not? His AOs are going to reset soon anyway. He shall attack opportunity you. And he will crit you for 82. He
Roll
shall
3.
attempt to parry. 3. He parries. Used to wedge. He will full attack Yuki.
Yuki will parry. Did I already parry earlier? I did, didn't I?
It's a new round.
Oh, okay. I'll parry
You
5
should be
then.
fresh.
Bodyguard her, but I'm not gonna take the attacks for her.
You are
Oh my
bodyguarding or you're not?
Flipping Jesus!
I'm giving her the AC for it, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going in harm's way for her.
Yeah, she's a chunky lady. She'll be alright.
Eh.
You will fail to parry all of them.
I tried. Alright.
Calculating the AC bonus as well, he still hits Yuki.
Did I parry at least any of his?
No, you didn't parry any.
Oh my flipping god.
You'll get hits 5 times and crits 3 times for 329.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
He is then going to 10-foot step to here, which will allow Osa a 5-foot.
I have one last attack opportunity to be able to do this. Which I can use this on.
He's going to accept it either way. You do hit. And with that, he is going to 10-foot step again.
Oh, but if she hits, I get to hit too.
Not when he's out of reach.
Ah, you bastard.
Alright. Yuki.
Yuki is going to move over here and is going to activate the spell on her inverted wind crystal, which is Winds of Vengeance, because it's a standard action.
Oh.
Alright.
I like that spell.
Also, Wings of Vengeance. You said Vengeance.
Yeah.
It's
Potato,
her spell.
potato.
She does what she wants with it.
Yeah, it might be vinegar for you. I don't know. Joseph.
I'm gonna try to plunge again.
Oh, wait. As swift action, I'll also activate my limit rate to do Omni Strike as well.
Okay.
Actually, no, I won't. I'll wait till my next turn. Yeah, never mind.
Like, just fair warning, we're going to heal you to full next turn.
I'll activate Omni Strike.
Alright.
Alright.
Hold on, I need to check something really quick. I'm gonna potentially use a swift action.
Where's all the blasting from Viscontor? You're just healing.
Trust me, I really want to, but the situation has not allowed it.
Just tell your allies to stop getting hurt.
God, I wish. No.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
fine, because I'm going to parry the next ones.
A swift action to activate Siphon Strike, which is my other abyssal art. My next successful attack will restore all of the damage that I do to my HP.
Alright. He will attempt to parry. Even though you rolled a 5. He parries.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep Siphon Strike, I guess, until I actually get to use it.
Does it say if it has a duration?
I will double check. Dark Knight's blade is infused with draining power, causing his next first successful attack to restore HP equal to half the damage dealt. But I also have another thing that increases that to full damage dealt. But yeah, it doesn't have a duration. It just says the next successful attack.
Pretty sure it's meant to be a duration because zombies have a similar thing, but it's fine. The crowd does not appreciate what's going on. Joseph, I need you to give me... I need to double check if that is correct. Joseph, I need you to give me 3 will saves, please. Keeping all those?
Yeah, I got nothing to make him better with.
Alrighty, you are unaffected.
Hooray!
Eskandor.
Okay. First action is to, as a standard, full cure Yuki. You know what it does. I'll take the MP out. And I want to heal Joseph, but he's kind of far.
Also dark side.
He's also dark side.
Also dark side. you motherfucker. Half
trying
the
to counter
party. Right, in that case, I'm legendary proportions Yuki. I've had enough.
Ah,
It's not going to do anything to her.
Yeah, you can.
It gives her. It doesn't make her bigger, but it gives
gives
her
her-
bonuses.
Bonuses, yeah.
Size bonuses which don't stack.
No,
Unless there's
they're-
anything else in there.
There was
I
more,
think it's
wasn't there?
different bonuses. I think legendary proportions is different to like a large person.
They're size
got-
bonuses. I will put that out there right now.
Well,
Then
it's
they won't
a
work.
6 strength, a 4 con, and a 6 natural armor is what I've got down, which is
Yeah,
more
that's
than what I'm
correct.
getting now.
Yeah, so I can do that.
So it just replace what you have. It doesn't stack.
Pretty much.
Or I can do something different. I can increase your damage or ability to hit. What do you want?
Ability to hit. I'm not fucking hitting this thing. There's no point getting more damage if I can't hit him.
Yeah, I think that's probably your best bet. I don't think I'm going to be able to illuminate him, which is a bit of a shame. I could do that or do something risky. Fucking do something risky.
Okay,
Or
untick it then.
I've never done this, and I don't know if he's immune to it or not. I just need to check. It's a 60-foot cone. Can I get the 60-foot cone? Is it in thingy?
it's going to be the double size of 30. Cones. Give you a second to double it.
Wow.
Where is the rotation? there.
And go. So I want
So
it
you-
there. Okay.
Can you emanate it from an area?
Yep. I am provoking a cone. It's the spell.
Provoke the code.
Well, I am making the cone. It's the spell Waves of Exhaustion. It's been a little while since I've used. In fact, I've never used it in this campaign, but I got it a long time ago.
Well, the crowd is really not going to like you.
Well, fuck
Good.
it. Being mean, I'm just checking the actual spell in FFd in case it's changed. 6-foot burst cone. Yeah, so no save. It's just spell resistance. So I guess if I go there, is that fine? To just
I was
hit wedge.
protecting you, you
You
donut.
just-
Oh,
I'm
you
don't
got
really
help.
protect you.
He's black.
You've got health. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you can do
It's the
that.
other way around. She was trying to protect you.
I don't need your protection.
Yeah, but now I can't even attack him if he comes up to
Why
me.
are the melodies priced like this always? Just trying to protect them and they're going to die.
Keep running away from me. Yeah, so we'll do that. And I just need a SR check in that case, because there is no save. I'm going to just roll it. I think it has it in there. Oof. It's just automatic exhaustion unless I don't pass SR.
The waves will wash over him, but he doesn't seem affected.
Well, it's good to know. I told you it was risky. Alright. That is it. I can't do anything else.
You can see he has several different magical items on him.
No, that's fine. I thought I'd try it. Exhaustion's a pretty rough effect if I can get it to work. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, sir.
I'm going to not charge this time, but move around to get here.
Absolute star.
He will attack opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
For 40. And he shall attempt to parry. And fumbles, so you will hit him.
Yay, I get an attack.
You do.
In before he moves.
Would be nice.
I'll wait and make sure I can do it before I actually click the button.
The button.
1 button.
Push the button.
Jester, I haven't legendary proportion to you. Has your health gone up or has it just not changed for me?
I mean, it's not ticked. Let me click
Ah.
the recalculate button.
Not to be that guy, I just thought your health had gone up quite a lot.
Nope,
Yeah.
there we go. Apparently it was ticked even though it wasn't ticked.
Yeah, they sometimes get stuck.
Mm,
The
that's what I meant.
buffs.
Next turn, though.
Yeah, after you don't fucking run away from me again.
Is Joseph doing opportunist?
Yeah, I was waiting to make sure I could do it before I push the button.
Wedge will attempt to parry. He parries.
Is his sword still neutered or is that stopped now?
It's only been 1 round, but yes, it's still neutered.
Okay. I know it can be 1 round, that's all.
Yeah, it can be 1 round, but... And as we go to Wedge, we are going to have our break here.
Alrighty, catch you in 5 or 10.
I shall also be right back.
Eskandar, you need to lower his dex.
Nah.
That I can do, and it was what I was considering doing.
That way he doesn't have as many attacks of
AOs,
opportunity.
yeah. That's the move.
Now, why would you go do that?
Because I'm tired of this goddamn berry stuff.
I'm sick of this bullshit as well.
Blame... no.
Don't blame anyone, blame you!
Blame Yuki. Blame Yuki.
No, blame you! You made him.
Yeah, I try to make different enemies.
He made you, but better.
Literally. I'm assuming he's a fencer and it's a pain in the fucking backside.
He's using a greatsword.
Okay,
Is he?
he's a.
Yeah, he's using a greatsword.
Oh,
I did
sorry.
say earlier.
Then he's a fighter.
Yeah, his picture would imply like a dueling sword. I didn't realize using a greatsword. Yeah, he's a
Okay,
fighter.
so he's a fighter and he is just 10 times better than me.
Well, you're already partially a fighter.
You're
True.
a Pasha.
True. Yeah, I did vouch to myself next time I would just go plain fighter.
Wedge is going to 10-foot step. You gotta be awkward. That's there. It's got a 10-foot step to there, so Osa can follow.
I have a step here and try to give it a whack.
He shall attempt to parry. He fails parrying. I rolled the wrong thing, so it's lower. But he fails to parry the first. He successfully parries the second.
I have a question.
I may have an answer.
You said that his stuff still counts as 5-foot step, but it just makes him move 10 feet?
Yeah.
I have following steps. I can move 10 feet if that's the
Yeah,
case.
but,
What I'm not.
No, because it's when you're using step up. Step up only works when they move 5 feet away.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying for Osa, because he was only 5 foot away from her at that point.
I'm trying real hard, okay?
he's trying to loophole this shit. All right, let him try.
And I think it is about time to throw these out. Yes, it is, because he's faster. You'll then see that his shoulders meld out into wings. He's going to fly.
Oh yeah, because he's not strong enough already. Now he's
had
gonna
these for a
fly.
while. He is going to move to here, which will
That's it.
provoke from Osa
I'm
again.
gonna try and stop him again.
Okay.
Question is,
Does the stand still for land speed or just any speed?
Any
just
speed.
stop you. Yeah,
Just
you just
stop,
stop.
makes you not be able to move.
But
Just
it
thinking
is.
if I want to put plus 8 into this.
Yeah, there's no. The kicker is with standstill. There's no way of increasing it normally, unless you're using hero points.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. To just put a hero point into this, but I don't trust my hero points ever. They just don't. I'm just
Why do
gonna
you think
roll
I got rid of mine?
Yeah.
it.
You could,
I'm
you could
going to
put
use a
a
hero
plus
point to
four.
give it a plus 4.
there it is.
I think that's the better option. 62. I think it's big, so might not work still, but
He is not stopped.
damn it.
Wait, how was he moving after moving, doing a 5-foot step? But you couldn't do that.
You may be correct. I might be thinking of his other ability. Let me double check.
Not to be that guy. I just want to know if it's.
No, please be that guy.
Just please be that guy.
So you just 10-footed and then moved, right?
Yeah, he has a few things that allow him to do stuff like this. I just need to check if it's the right one.
Let me just check my bullshit gauge. Yeah, that checks out. All right. No, I'm sure there's a way of doing it, but I was just checking.
This is the fight where Joseph unlocks Berserker.
You are correct. He can't do that. So he's just gonna fly in that case, which will provoke from Joseph.
Oh boy.
Being a nerd, back at it again. Oh yeah.
It's the wrong fucking button again. He is going to parry. He will succeed. Also, if you want to move yourself back to where you were, because you wouldn't have 10%, because he was going to fly over. You can also take back the AOA for the standstill, because you would have only used one. He is then going to attack Iskandar.
Nah.
Now you're going to stop him, or now you're not going to do anything?
I'm just going to tell him to not do that. Like, I don't think I've got a way of doing that. But yeah.
You're immune to crits, yes?
I am indeed immune to crit.
Alright. Yuki, you can see he is getting rid of his precise attacks and going straight for the kill on Iskandar.
I see how it is. At least that works for the rest of the turn, though.
I'm sorry. I can't
Don't worry
help
about
you.
it. This is my own fault.
Yeah. Kind of
Iskandar,
did
you
this
take
yourself.
64.
I did, stand in the way to protect you, but it's fine.
It's fine. This is why I made myself immune to crits. This is the reason.
He doesn't overcome any DR except for Adamantine.
That's fine. I don't have any at the moment.
Okay.
I think I just took my health. Yeah, I did. I just took my health off. Alright.
Yuki.
Fuck him up.
Yuki will charge to here and full attack.
Which
Not
will
full attack,
opportunity.
just a charge attack. And he will try to parry that attack of opportunity. And I'm going to fumble this, but apparently it always does the opposite. Fucking hell yeah! I knew it!
Alright, you parried his attack.
You need
Right.
to start declaring your parries. This is what we've learned.
I'm going to fumble on this riposte then.
That's going to be your single riposte for the combat, yes?
Yeah, what the fuck? I seem to be missing square brackets.
Seem to be, and he is going to parry regardless.
Does he parry that then, yeah?
He's attempting to parry it.
Don't fix it until you know it's not going to hit.
1, 2, 3. He fails to parry.
Okay, and I'll just roll a single attack for now rather than try and fix that macro. Oh, fucking... Oh!
Oh, shame.
Jeez!
I mean, you also charged, so there's that.
+2.
Yeah.
+2 what?
To attack, that's all.
He's just rolling this for the damage of his riposte.
Does the charge not factor into that? I take it no.
No, the charge is only for his charge attack.
Alright.
I mean, that's also fine, because I'll just take that attack roll for my charge attack.
I don't know how, but I set his health to 0.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
mean, I'll
Keep doing
take that. That's fine.
Alright, need your roll for the charge attack. You should say you're taking that one.
Yeah,
Try
just take the damage.
Parry.
Yeah, you can just take the damage from that one.
He fails to parry.
Ah! That's a crit confirm.
No,
That's what I'm
don't be
checking.
silly. Come on now.
I have been begging for this situation.
You do get the crit, yes.
Okay, does a 70 trip him?
My god.
Please. I can't roll any higher than that.
Sure, you can.
I mean, technically, yes, you can.
I mean, yeah.
Well, you don't trip him in the normal sense, but you do kill him. But then he revives again.
What?
And he'll be prone, right?
Yes. That's why I say you don't trip him in the normal sense, but he is on the floor.
Does he still have to do
Because
the
you-
fortitude save? Because it's still a crit. To potentially be stunned. I know he can't be staggered, but he might be able to be stunned.
Also, you can't trip him because he's flying. I was giving
Ah.
him that symbol.
That I didn't know.
Just rude.
Oh wait, no, he's got cloak wings. Of course he did. Yeah, fair enough.
He makes a fort save, so he's not staggered either.
I mean, I'll take it. He's prone. Come on, guys, get over it.
Come on, people.
Joseph.
Joseph, what I would say is I can get you over here for a full attack if you want to wait until my turn.
I'll do
that initiative's going down.
I already took out my HP and I dropped my thing by 1 as well. So, but I will wait until after Iskandar.
Alrighty. Goes to the crowd. I need to double check the save on this. I also need to check Dark Knights.
What part of Dark Knight do you need?
I'm just seeing if something would kill you.
Oh,
Okay. I need Joseph to give me 4 will saves, please.
Ooh, spicy. They're pretty good.
Very good, very good.
Keeping those.
lowest. Yep, I can't do nothing else. But the lowest there is a 7. So, let's see what
Alright.
happens.
The rages of war go through your mind as you can feel an endless combat take over you. However, you will the effect away. Iskandar.
Okay. I will quicken rescue Joseph to next to me. Let me just concentration it. Does that work? That is a 2.
Yes.
Well, if it's quickened.
It is quickened, but I know that Wedge has bullshit that
Okay.
can.
He doesn't have the one for the quicken thing. He only does it when you're doing standard ones.
Okay, Joseph, put yourself directly next to me wherever you want.
Ah.
And then I will standard. Let me just take the MPL for that before I forget. That is -7. I'm gonna teleport my ass away. Good luck.
You cannot. You've been hit. You know he has dimensional. Well, no. Sorry, you dispelled a sword. Go ahead.
You're damn right I did. Alright.
I'm having to remember so many things about this guy. So it's hard to forget the things I've remembered.
Okay, so that is a standard, so that is the best I can do, but I'm going to put myself... I want to go over here. Is that going to be a problem? Just looking at where he is. Yeah, I'm going to put myself here instead. That seems better.
Alright.
And that's me done. Joseph.
Joseph.
Okay, my question to my allies is, do I want to try to go for as much damage as possible, or do I want to try to make him flat-footed and see if that'll even do anything?
I don't think he can be flat-footed.
Yeah, just go for damage, I think.
I would hit
There's a
him.
potential we
I'd
could kill him.
Okay, hit him is it. Hit him it is. +4 for him being prone, right?
I do the -4 because it's a minus to his AC.
Okay.
I wanted to reduce his dex, but I thought this was a better idea. I think this is your first full attack. Oh god, okay, yeah.
He has had a full attack, but only the one. And none of this is precision, yeah?
No, unfortunately, because I didn't move myself.
He is going to... I'm not looking at the numbers. Yeah, he's going to parry what he can try to. Okay, he fails to parry the first.
Strength damage.
You were not getting your sneak attack.
Oh, yeah, damn it.
Also, if he's a fighter, he doesn't care about that either, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He parries the second, even though it misses. 6, and then he also parries the third, even though it's such a fucking low roll. And then the fourth the fourth misses. The haste will hit. No, the haste will miss. So you got 1 hit. That's all of his AOs to your knowledge.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Elsa.
boy.
Let's try it in.
You successfully hit the man on the floor.
Opportunity attack.
Go for it. That will also hit.
This is the last round of my limit break, but can I just use a swift to start it over again immediately, or?
Your limit break
Still.
ends at the beginning of your turn, so yes, you could.
Okay. Well, this was the last round, so it would end at the beginning of my next turn.
So no, you'd have to
So,
wait
yeah.
for the next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do it then. That's fine.
Shit. Wedge will stand.
More opportunities?
Yes. And he is going to parry what he can.
Oh, shoot. The first hit that I did that actually did damage. I need the number for that, please. The number of damage I did.
Oh, you did
It
2.
was your first hit on your full round.
Yeah.
Full round, you did 8.
8 total, even with the fire and the shadow and everything?
Yes.
Oh, God. Well, that was waste.
Yuki's first hit will hit, as will her second. Osa will hit. Her second, I fumbled against this, that hits.
Our elemental damage isn't healing him, is it?
It's a good question. And he is able to parry Joseph's. He is going to attack Yuki or...
Well, he has to power attack her, doesn't he? Because he power attacked me.
No.
I thought
It's
it was-
still his turn.
Oh, his turn's been gone. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's his turn now.
Oh, it's
Yes,
his
it's
turn.
his
Sorry,
turn now.
yes. Sorry. Go on.
Since that last one hit, he's also going to use his other 10-foot thing he can do. And go to there. That's outreach of anyone's thing. He's then going to move. This is the 10 that he's allowed to move with. Osa, you can get another attack opportunity.
Let's just make it into an attack line, reaching his TMD.
That will hit.
Hold on, I thought he was allowed 10 foot. Is he moving all that distance?
Yes. He used his 10 foot from his other ability that allows him to move as well.
Okay.
Also stood up.
Yeah, that's him done.
Mm.
Yuki.
She is just gotta charge. Actually no, we'll go there. I'm assuming, well, I'll roll that first. Is he gonna parry it?
No.
Okay.
He's out of them. Stun 6.
That will hit.
Reflex 31 or full prone? Oh wait, Arnie's flying. Oh wait, no, it's a different thing. I think it falls prone regardless if he's flying. So it's,
Yeah, that thing is just you make them prone, you're not tripping. But he is not. Is that it?
That's all I can do. That's out me out of my limit break.
Goes to the crowd. I need Joseph to give me 3 will saves, please.
Yeah, fixed it.
Keeping all those?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Alright, you feel a similar effect from last time, however you still resist it.
Dark Knight OP.
Wedge's sword is no longer dispelled.
Well, we'll see about that.
Anti-magic zone.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do the thing again, where I try to quicken the teleport. I'd love to do use the limit break, but I keep getting attacked, so that ain't gonna happen. It is a 7th level, so I should be able to do that. That's fine. You want a concentration, yeah?
If you're doing a standard, yes.
Yes, I am.
Go to the far right upper corner.
Does that work?
Like directly across.
That works.
Right.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We might be able to barricade you in there over
Uh,
there.
okay. Yeah, I want to try and dispel this sword because I think that's a problem.
I'm dispelling my sword!
No. I will quicken dispel the sword.
How could this happen to me?
So you want to cast level
Yes.
decent.
His sword's dispelled.
Oh, it's a shame because I've got really good limit breaks for you, but I can't use them. That's me done.
Joseph.
Oh boy.
He's out of parries.
He is, but it doesn't really matter because I got perfect dodge anyways. I mean, well, I guess I can.
Well, it means you have better time hitting him.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge him and plunge and try to get one attack off on him.
Alright.
And I'll be going for the no moving.
Of course you are. He will attempt to parry.
Stay. I thought he was out of parries.
That's what Osa was telling you.
I thought it was out of parries. That was wrong.
1, 2, 3. He parries you.
Alright.
Pain.
Osa.
Reactivate my limit break.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to mess up with that much. I'm just gonna move in over here. And try to give him a whack.
That will whack him. Does Joseph have any more attack opportunities for his opportunists?
Oh, yeah, I've got plenty of attacks of opportunity. I just took my turn. If I can find the page that everything is on, okay. Probably not going to hit me anyways.
That will miss.
Of course.
Goes to the big man. He levels out his blade towards Yuki. Now is going to attack her.
How many attacks?
10.
Game! Alright.
Limit break time.
Yeah, literally. Alright, well I can only riposte, not riposte, parry 5 of those, so... Hey, that looks okay.
Right. You parry the first and the third. Do not parry the fourth.
So just 2 parries?
Just 2 parries so far. The last one also does not parry.
Alright, then I'll riposte him twice.
You need to use your points for a riposte, don't you?
No.
What are you getting riposte from?
My fighter talent. Any attacks that I parry, I can riposte.
Yeah, but you can only
Once per
riposte once per
encounter.
encounter.
No, because I've got
That's an immediate action.
riposte mastery now. That's 14th fighter.
Yeah, but it's
Ah.
pretty sure that only means for the one time you're doing it. So you can have your 3 ripostes, but only that once, and then you only can't riposte any further.
May make additional riposte for each attack he has successfully parried. But they receive the -5 penalty for each time used.
Yeah, I know that's there. I'm saying riposte is once per encounter, so the one you're getting now for the mastery is for the 1 round of riposte for parries that you're doing.
That makes no sense to me.
And for each attack he has successfully parried, so really they should be able to just use it.
It was a case of you either having the if you just had normal riposte, you'd only get the 1. That's the 1 per encounter done. With riposte mastery, if you parried 5 in 1 turn, you get 5 ripostes. But that's your once per encounter use of riposte done. That's as far as I read it.
Oh, right.
So if that was the case, I would have been riposting you a lot more.
I mean, yeah, go with it for now, because I'm confused and I'll read more into it.
You can still only riposte once per encounter, but instead of doing one riposte, if, like in this case, you would only be able to riposte one, but you could riposte more. But after that, you've done your riposte test for this encounter for the day. Basically. It's weird wording.
It's weird wording.
It's very weird wording.
The Fencer has a forever riposte because they use Panache for theirs. It'd be weird if the Fighter gets the Fencer thing without a
pool.
point cost.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Fighter is just better than everyone.
I mean, that's still the case, but that's not the point.
Yeah, Fighter is still better than a lot of things. Alright, let's do this. Your AC is 37 still, yeah?
To my knowledge.
Okay. Does Yuki have any DR?
Just besides... Hang on, I've got to find it.
It's alignment based, isn't it? For you.
Yeah, it is. It's like evil, I think. Yeah, 5/evil.
Okay. So this is 9 hits for now. There are 2 crits in there. Let me know if that kills you for your materia.
Those 10 attacks and she parried 2 of them.
Not 9. It's because I'm looking at the dice. Sorry. It'd be 7. It's still the right amount of damage. I was just counting how many different sets of damage because of the 2 crits, adding 2 extra dice. Not dice, numbers.
So there's 2 crits in that.
There are 2 crits in there, there are 7 hits.
Does he still get through my mischance?
Yes.
Even though his sword's dispelled?
Yeah, it's not coming from his sword.
Fuck's sake. Well, yeah, that'll definitely kill me and then go through my materia, so I'll be back to full health again, but proned.
Proned, yes. The final one is 69. He is then going to move. He is 10-foot stepping to there. Yuki.
Yuki will stand. And with a standard, move to here.
Alright. Joseph, your perfect dodge would have ended now.
Yep.
Goes to the crowd. They can still do this. I need
All
to
of
check.
that fucking riposte shit got me so confused that I forgot about my Wind of Vengeance that I was going to use on him. That was like a good 5d6 of wind damage.
I need everyone give me 2 fortitude saves, please.
Lowest save is 30.
Still not great. That could kill me. We'll see.
Hey. Iskandor, you are slowed.
So
Doesn't
that's
it just
one.
dispel haste?
Yeah, that would dispel my haste.
If you currently have haste, yes, it dispels the haste.
Then haste is gone.
Wedge's sword is no longer dispelled.
Motherfucker, you did roll a 1. Alright.
I looked at it, I was trying so hard not to make a noise. Iskandor?
It's gonna dispel a sword.
Come on! I rolled really good.
Can you also try to lower his
Oh yeah, no, this is... I have that power. Does that work on the sword?
Yes.
Just take the MP out. Okay. I have no idea what his touch is. So that was my swift. I've taken out the appropriate MP. His reflex is probably really high as well, isn't it? Thinking about it.
I mean, he's a fighter mostly, so probably not the greatest.
You can make a very high dex fighter. I'll put that out there right now.
That's true. That's true.
He's using a greatsword though.
He does also have a lot of attack of opportunities too. So.
That is true.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna try and hit him with Polar Midnight, which is a... No, not Polar Midnight, Polar Ray. This is
Touch
just
attack.
for... This is just for... Yeah, touch attack. So that's just for the SR. I'm assuming that goes through. It's pretty damn high.
Yeah.
I don't have any hero points, which is a shame, but I will try it. This will be maximized. So if it hits, it'll be the highest I can do. That's terrible. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Keeping it?
I can't change it. I don't think I can, unless you're going to give me hero points for being a wuss.
No.
I mean, you laugh? No, it's fine.
No. That will miss.
Yeah, that's fine. I rolled a 2. It is what it is.
Actually, I need to double check for that CMD, so that doesn't matter. Actually, his sword is 4. Why is it? Give me a second. I need to check.
Is there no dex?
Oh no,
damage
that wouldn't matter either, because that won't apply to touch. Okay, yeah, you miss.
Alright, no, that's fine. I rolled a 2, like I wasn't expecting to blast it.
Is that it from you?
That's me for now.
All right, Joseph.
I'm gonna activate my perfect dodge again. So that's gonna go back to 4 more rounds after this one. And I'm gonna try to plunge him again.
All this plunging.
Yeah.
Is your new character a puller?
Where were you?
There.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. He will attack opportunity.
Okay, he's gonna miss. Unless he rolls natural 20. Oh no, he
roll
can't,
a 20.
he can't roll. He can't roll to attack an opportunity anyways. I'm trying to plunge him.
Okay, I'll just use this for my parry
Like
then.
the piece of shit. Come on.
And he parries you.
You...
Iskandor did try to lower the dex, but as well as let him stop this because it doesn't start from the beginning. Oh, sir.
So here and full attack.
He will attempt parries. Fails on the first. I was looking at my damage and I don't know why. He fails to parry the second. He fails to parry the third. He fails to parry the fourth. And as the fourth lands, your axe digs deep into his shoulder as he falls to the floor for a third and final time.
I was fully expecting a little
that's
bit area then.
I was gonna opportunity attack too. Dang it.
As the final strike hits into Wedge, his form starts to crack all over again. As he looks up to, as he looks down to Oza, because he's still large, you can see his eyes glass over, as if he was sightless, and his body starts to crack apart and form into a new shape.
Not like this.
As in his place is the inverse shadow crystal.
I'm gonna hop out of dark side so I can get healed.
Nah, fuck you. Like,
Yes. If it looks like the fight's over, Oza's just gonna die.
can we not do the...
Unless you...
I can full life you, like, now? If not, yeah, we're going to revive you. There's no two ways around it.
I've got a Mega Phoenix somewhere, don't I?
I mean, I could just use MP.
Yes.
I have enough.
Yeah, you can say she kind of classes back to see if you're planning anything. Then she can just drop out of rage and you can heal her.
Yeah, I
Or
can
she's
just
gonna
use...
accept the embrace of death and just go.
No.
Sounds good to me.
No, I'm going to fix
Basically,
you.
like, do I use 2 rounds of frenzy, which I'm gonna do then.
Yep, I will revive Osa to full life, so you can actually, enjoy a victory for once.
I did get a response from Vil. It's still counted in once per encounter, so like I say, if you have that, you can have up to 5 in the same round instead of just having the 1.
Gotcha.
That was actually quite a fun fight, Napaz. Thank you.
Despite how frustrating it was.
Yeah, like it was frustrating, but it was challenging but fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you've defeated the big bad of the campaign. All you gotta do is collect your rewards in that crystal now.
I don't know about that. I feel like
Mhm.
you've got some.
Well,
See,
considering he said the campaign finishes at level 25, it was still 24.
Well, we're still in the arena and the ghouls are still yelling profanities at us, right?
Oh yeah, the crowd
Yeah,
definitely does not like what you just did.
Yeah.
get that crystal, so let's get out of here.
And after getting healed, she just shakes herself out of it a little bit and goes to grab the crystal for the second time.
I will feel good, Joseph. I think Yuki's fine at the minute, honestly.
So
In fact, I'll use Kiraja, so it's just 200 for each of us. I'll take out the MP.
That's more than enough for me, I think.
Oh God, hold on.
Oh, sir, as you grab the crystal, you're actually able to touch it this time, as it starts to splinter apart and absorb into you. Everyone else can see that the darkness inside the crystal shoots out in a wispy mist, shooting into Osa's eyes. As you get those things, Osa.
The Kendall looks concerned, but, these things happen.
As the crystal fully absorbs itself into Osa, she gains her newfound powers. The crowds dissipate as if they no longer feel the need to stick around with their Lord and Savior mercilessly killed. And with the final crystal obtained and the final boss defeated, everyone can click that magic button and make themselves level 25.
Oh boy.
Once you're all done with that, put yourself into the done square.
Sorry, can you say it again? I got a phone call then. What are we doing?
Say what again? What was the last thing you heard me say?
I heard you say that the crowd was gone.
Yes, the crowd has gone as Osa absorbs the crystal, and you could all put yourself to level 25.
Oh boy! The last level to see if I get a fumble. Oh my god, I'm above average!
You're 0.5 above average. Did Iskandor pre-roll his health?
No, that's the only thing I need to do. Should get improved MP as well, actually, thinking about it. I'm learning the best thing that I could do as a mage is dispel a weapon. That is the move, apparently.
I mean, you also dispelled him, which was pretty big.
Well, yeah, like it honestly, it just seemed like the best spell. I don't know how, but
Yes, it is.
It genuinely is, yeah.
High-level play is all about getting rid of the buffs your enemies have.
I want to blow people up one day.
If only you had Destructive Dispel.
That is the feat I'm taking now. Like, right now.
That's a shame you got it so late.
I know. I only discovered it about 2 days ago, which is a bit of a shame.
I have no idea what feat to take.
Neither do
Okay.
I.
I told you to prepare!
Alright, so, Joseph, like, are you leaning more into your finesse, or are you leaning more into, like, Dark Knight bullshit?
Mostly thief stuff still.
You could just get an additional thief talent and take, like, offense defense, which is fucking solid if you haven't got it yet.
What's that?
Every time you attack, you gain +1 AC.
Oh. I don't get to hit things that often. Like, multi-attacks is just not really a thing that happens to me very often.
You could always get the one where you get natural 20s on acrobatics rolls.
I don't know what that is either. What do you mean by that?
I'll find it. I think it's just take 10, actually, thinking about it.
That's not going to help either because I was rolling higher than 10s and it still wasn't doing anything for my.
And you've got Thief
acrobatics.
Edge in it, I take it.
I've got what?
Thief's Edge, so you get, like, the additional effects.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those things.
I mean,
the
you could
unchanged
get-
bullshit, yes.
You could get Artful Dodger, which increases your charisma against attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. I'll figure it out later. It's not super important.
Alright. You're cool.
I forgot we were supposed to get a feat this level. I was worried about other stuff. HP's done. Saves are done. Oh, my BAB needs to go up.
Napaz, you have to tell us, was that the big battle of the campaign? If not, it is entrapment if you don't tell us properly.
You are totally safe in this area.
In this area.
In this area, I see.
That's 25. I should get another attack now, right?
What's your BAB?
25.
No.
The-
You're
the-
gonna
Oh wait,
get
no,
four.
it's 20. It's 20, not 25.
Now it would be, yeah. You can never get more than 5. Standard.
Okay, yeah. So I've got my
4.
several that I've got from Thief, and then I got one.
You can only have 4 attacks on BAB, not 5.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's plus 20, plus 15, plus 10, plus 5.
No, sorry, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the wrong table.
Yeah, but so yeah, that I should have one more attack now. Because I only had
If you
3.
go to 21 and above, you don't get any extra BAB attacks.
Yeah, I just got to 20 is what I'm saying.
Then you get one.
I get
And you
one
can
more
take one away
attack.
from Iskandar that he'll never
Yeah.
use.
This motherfucker.
Alright, I think I'm good.
Just from now on, I'm just gonna give you a hidden -8 to your dispel checks now.
Thanks. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. I found the text for it. I think I even copied this over. There you go. There's the ruling for the 4 attacks. Oster, is there any questions to why I whispered you?
No.
Do the characters themselves have anything to say after the combat?
To be honest, I'm probably still catching my breath. I have moved faster than I have in the entire campaign, this fight.
Joseph has been running and jumping and like trying to shove his sword into that guy's chest for like the last half hour. It seems like so he's flustered.
I guess
Yeah,
it's
the
good.
combat only lasted about a minute.
It's a very intense minute.
Yeah.
Ezreal's probably got his hand on his knees and he's like, is this... Is that it? I mean... It was...
Did you want more?
No,
No.
I want to go home. This is terrible.
Yes, I think it's time to go home.
Yuki, is this normal? I mean, you've probably... I mean, has Yuki been a hero of light longer than the 3 of us?
No.
No, we've been longer than her. She's newer than us.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's
At least
normal,
according to the
but
timeline thing that we had going on.
I'd say it's definitely one of the trickier battles I fought.
I mean, do you not have anything to go home to after this? He kind of puts himself up. I mean, where do you even... Yuki, I mean no offense, but where do you even live?
That's gonna have to be a GM question. Do I remember?
You remember what?
Well, do I remember where I live? I know, like, I've...
Aside from that, you remember everything else.
Okay. I wouldn't necessarily call it my actual home, because I never had an actual home. But I live with a bunch of Muggles.
You live with a bunch of... Okay. I was just about to offer you a place at our home, but... I mean, do they at least cook for you?
I don't typically stay in one place. I tend to just take on what Bahamut tells me, and I tend to move around a lot. I go
That's a
back and
shame.
visit them every now and again.
Where you live can be a very important thing, Yuki. That's all I'd say. It gives you grounding. Something to defend.
I've never really had a home to start with, to be honest.
Well, you're more than welcome to call my home, if you wish. I'm sure the newlyweds would have you over if they want them.
Speaking of which, and I'll dig through my bag and I'll grab a link pearl and I will hand it over to Yuki.
Thank you. What does it do?
It allows you to contact me should you ever need to.
For what purposes?
Well, if there's ever an emergency or something like that that you don't think you can handle on your own, you can always give me a call and I will get in touch with whoever I need to, and we will get together and come help you out.
You'll see Yuki kind of give like a visible relief sigh. She's like, "Oh, it's for that means. Oh, I thought you were trying to cheat on Osa. I'm not that kind of swinging."
You have
You
a strange
don't know
mind,
me
Yuki.
very well.
Yeah. Anyway, where do we go now?
Speaking of which, I will also... Is Lieutenant Carl's wedge body still here at all?
No, his body formed into the crystal.
Oh, okay. Little pearl didn't happen to fall out, did it?
Nope.
Oh, that's probably gone forever then. Okay.
Or it's at the army base.
Could be.
Or it's not the actual wedge, who knows?
That was his sepulchre. What the hell is it? Simulacrum?
Simulacrum.
That's it.
It could also be a homunculi.
Well, there's... Enthralled as I am standing in this empty stone square, shall we... And he'll
Yes.
kind of... motion to be moved.
Pull out the crystals,
Yuki's also going to ask her armor very nicely if she can go back to her original size. She doesn't like looking down at her teammates.
You say Yuki's going to normal size.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, everybody get your little crystals
Much
out.
better. Yuki grips onto her crystal.
I'll pull out the... I believe we've got the actual lightning crystal. The normal one, not even the inverse, the normal.
You can't pull out the inverse ones.
That's what I mean, like, I'm just gonna pull out the
Oh
normal
yeah, mine's
one.
an obsidian spear. Sphere, not spear.
Pearl, but yes. Same thing, kinda. It is a sphere, it's called a pearl. Alright, as everyone has their elemental crystal in hand or obsidian pearl from Bahamut. You can feel them vibrate slightly in your hands as cracks form all over them. Ooze comes out of the cracks as the crystals fall apart and melt onto the floor, moving between your fingertips.
Oh god, here we go again.
Well, shit.
As the sand beneath your feet, still a bit dampened from when Wedge lost his sea mantle, now ingratiated with the remnants of your crystals and pearls, starts to swirl and mount upwards. It surrounds all of you, creating a sphere of darkness, though you can see if you have dark vision, you're just in a sphere of sand. And as it whips round, you find yourselves in a more echoey climate. Instead of sands and stands of a coliseum, you are standing atop a marble walkway. Going towards the north, you can see that there are 3 broken statues, beneath which are arcane symbols, runes, and circles. On opposite sides of the walkway, there is a purple bricked flooring that seemingly goes on to an endless amount, though you can see a wispy nature towards where you can see those large braziers forming ethereal barriers. There is also a similar one to the south and the north, making this into a room of sorts. Beyond the barriers, you can see crashing rocks in the sky, along with electrical bolts coming from storm clouds. The sound is able to penetrate the barrier as you can just hear chaos outside. You can definitely tell you're no longer on Aeon Gaia, possibly no longer on the material plane, though thankfully, wherever you are, supports your life and isn't burning you alive. Though there is no obvious signs of what brought you here or what for.
Is there a way we can determine where we are? Because it kind of sounds like the Maelstrom, but worse.
Shame this isn't Pathfinder. You can say you've rolled knowledge, but you have no idea where you are.
Damn. Alright, fair enough. I'll relay that to everyone else, just that I don't know where we are, and that's not good, because that would be at the very minimum of 43.
Well, there's a path laid out before us. I guess we follow it.
I'm sick of following paths for people, but we don't have a choice.
As you walk across the marble walkway, your footsteps echo out through this chamber, which is a strange case as the barriers keep in the sound but do not stop the sound from outside entering. Almost as if this is a closed-off area, but to keep you in but not other things out.
Are you getting prison vibes here? Because I am.
No, it's hard to say. We just magically appeared here with no way out. Yeah, kind of feels like a prison.
And as you make your way towards the 3 broken statues, you can see that there are still cindering smokes coming off of the rock, as if they were recently destroyed or still holding a modicum of power. Other footsteps arrive within the room as they echo out with yours, though they are a bit lower pitched, signaling to a larger creature. As you turn around, Yuki becomes sick as her brain and stomach start to shine brightly, and Osa's godly light that she had within the corridor returns to an even brighter state as you look upon a new creature in front of you.
Oh boy.
I fucking knew it.
Wonderful displays of raw might and magic. You've been quite the entertainment for me, heroes. How did you like your journey to my domain?
So this is your domain, Kefka. I should have guessed.
One of many. I've made this to be a museum of sorts. You can see my first conquests over there. He waves his hand towards the broken statues at the back. Iskandar would easily recognize them as the three godly statues that were within Kefka's original realm.
Take over the conversation. You guys want to go? Feel free.
Do you guys remember what Zamala said to us about being in the presence of another deity?
Yes, and that's why, and I'm going to point at Yuki and Osa, they're having that reaction. They've imbibed or taken the 5 ritual pieces, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Are you asking Kefka that?
No, I'm asking that slightly out of character, because I know that these two have had...
Then how are you telling Joseph?
Well, no, I'll tell Joseph that. Sorry, in character, yeah. You know what? I will say that out loud. Sorry. Yes.
The caster has done his research, or at least he has a big enough brain to remember everything spoken to him. He is correct in almost every aspect. Your friend with the larger-than-life sword has indeed partaken in the wondrous meats and dining exquisities this land has to offer. Whereas your other friend, missing one part, though I'm sure you know, there's more than one set of staircases to go upwards.
Does Yuki look, like, ill?
Yuki definitely feels a bit off. Not to the point where it would affect her in combat, but she is not normal right now.
Yeah.
Aside from the glowing in her head and stomach.
Whatever it is you're doing,
away, but-
Kefka, you need to stop.
Oh, really? Isn't it not a few minutes ago, hardly even a minute at this point, that you gave all of the decisions to those above? I am one of those above, so you should listen to what I say, unless you are the biggest of hypocrites.
Well, no. The one that I take most of the commands for is Bahamut, and that's the one that I'll take word from. I shan't be taking a word from you.
How naive and ignorant you are, Yuki. Who would you think gave you the random idea to go off on an adventure once so chaotic?
And was it you in that temple? It wasn't Minerva, was it? Or maybe you're the one who put the seed there? There was a full fight over us for the ownership of the Heroes of Light, but it was always Minerva, the most new and naive of the gods. Was that you too?
I've been watching here and there, ever since one of my first little specks of knowledge made their way into your land. Well, not you personally, but this group in its most basic form. It's been rather a long journey for two of you.
Yeah, I'll look at Joseph and Osa. It's Rickaboard. You've been stuck here since Rickaboard.
Rickabold is just a name on a long, long list of people these two have killed. Though your list is getting to be just as long, is it not?
Director me, sorry, or Joseph.
He was replying to Iskandar.
What do you mean? I haven't been here that long. I'm the backup.
And I'm the backup.
You're the BBB.
Is it not part of your lore that accomplice takes on the crimes of their compatriots?
Of course, we're stuck in this together. So, yes, of course, we take the responsibilities of Joseph and Osa onto us, but what do you want, Kefka? I know we can't fight you. We can't probably beat you in a game of wits either. So why are you here? And why are you making us be here?
So disappointing. You don't even give a fight? I could snap my fingers and have you stop existing, yet you would just go to your knees and accept it? Up to this point, you've been fighting with so much luster.
Yes, we'll fight you, but we know we can't win. So why are we here? If you want to fight us, fine. I'm sure we'll give you a good show, but why?
Progression, my lad. Everything goes on its set path, and everyone has their hand in the pot. I just like to stir it up a bit. And if the other deities will ever have a court with you, they'll let you know that chaos lets progress continue at a quite ample pace. It is something even you advocated for. Your vision of a world that has chaos, destruction, disease, and death. Without those, in your own words, the world stagnates.
I can say more, but I feel like I'm taking up too much conversation time. Does anyone else have something to say?
I'm so tired of all of these interruptions and why are we here?
To play the part that all mortals play. To be pawns as entertainment for the gods. You just had a little bit more of a direct hand pushing you across the rivers and opening up the doors. You do not enjoy the show? The rewards of gil and items? The adoration of your fans? And being able to save a handful of people? Without my guiding hand and giving you the challenges to overcome, you would have just been in Stone Shore, having a day off, or searching for trivialities within the Dead Zone.
Why us?
Why anyone? A roll of a dice, the one that has so many sides you could not fathom it. Though I will say, at least one of you was a bit of a long-term affair, Osa. I see you took quite an interest in your true parents, either it be through visions of the future and past, or looking through those doors within the plane of knowledge.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a very common story, is it not? You could pick up possibly tens of books and find maybe 3 that have the same starter. Parents who need to let go of their firstborn as a debt to pay to a god. He kind of leans in and raises an eyebrow.
Did you force them to do that?
Well, depends on your definition of force. One of them was dying, they asked for a god's help. I offered them a choice. Either they die, or they do something with their firstborn. You should be happy though. Both your parents are alive, as are you.
Sorry, someone's at my door. What just happened?
Depends, when did you leave?
Maybe like just a little bit. It was just before we found out about Osa's parents' stuff.
That's all that's really happened so far.
That was pretty much it.
So what now? Why are we here? What are we going to do? What's the point of all this?
Ever the stoic thief, aren't you? Taking the fun out of everything. Can't I have my joy? That is your only purpose, is it not? You wish to serve the gods and do their wills and not intervene whatsoever. The only things you've done is fight against the material beings, or elementals here and there.
If you wanted to be that close to gods, we'd be clerics. What do you want? We can leave if we need to. We have the ability.
Do we?
You believe you can leave my domain? Go ahead and try it. Entertain me with your abilities.
Gonna say I'll cast plane shift. Yeah, sod it. I'll try it. I'll cast plane shift. I think I've got plane shift.
That's a Pathfinder spell. I think you're talking about bend space and time grading.
No, there's
No.
plane shift in FD20.
There is
Oh.
plane shift. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a time mage spell.
I did not pick it up. I picked up something else. Forget that. In which case, he will say, "All right, never mind."
That spell, I think.
Shit.
Has anyone just tried using their crystals again?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna pull the crystals out and just say, "Look, we can try this at the very least."
Crystals melted.
You try and pull out a crystal, but you remember you don't have it anymore.
Oh, did they melt together to this?
They
They
melted into the sand, and the sand surrounded you and put you here.
Alright. Well, in that case, careful, we can't escape. Well done. Enjoy yourself. Laugh, cry, have fun with it. But what is the point of this? You can kill us with a gesture. You can send us to a different plane. Why are we here?
You are here to prove a point. The deities in their round, square, triangle tables, whatever they sit at, when they decide to make a hero of light, when they decide to make a planet, there's always this irking annoyance that they bring up, or they just push aside when I bring it up. The value of gods. You would know, Iskandar. You've read a book, maybe 100. You know that that's not many times someone becomes a god. There are several avenues, many of them chosen and given the power. Some of them took the power for themselves, like moi. But there's always that annoying man at the top attitude. They have to be allowed. I was allowed because they lacked chaos. They were tipping the scales too far towards good people, hoity-toity attitudes, and lawful whatever that means amongst deities. They started to slow down, stagnate, and allowed me entrance. But why should they only allow? Why not give you the chance? Do you not remember something? He points to his head, as you can all feel the itchiness in the back of your brains, as you all remember how to become gods, and your hands start to glow.
Fuck is this? What did you do to me?
I've tipped the scales further. They want to have a group discussion, have a majority vote, or just have Bahamut overrule. But no, I've decided if anybody gets to know how to become a deity, it's to be the mortal beings who were originally what they were. A dragon was always a dragon, but he ascended very high. A horsey gained some power and became a staff. You, mortals, know how to become deities, and in knowing, you've become them. How does it feel to have the power at your fingertips, change reality? You said you wouldn't change anything for the better, so will you just toss it out the window?
I'm gonna try to gather all of the glowy lights or whatever and just like try to throw them away from myself, like wash my hands of them.
As you try and wash your hands, the glow doesn't shift, it sticks with you. As Kefka lets out a laugh. You really think I would just let you know how to get rid of it? No, no, no. Your knowledge expands to gaining it, maybe granting it to others. But I'm not gonna let you just give it away. No one else in the Pantheon gives it away.
But I don't want it.
You don't want it? Well, you know what the deities would say? You were chosen. You now have it. Live with it.
So, what you're telling us is we now know how to become a deity. And from what I've known in the past, only a deity can kill another deity. So you've just given us the ability to be rid of you.
You've had that ability for a long time, Yuki. The speck of divinity given to you by your deity allows you such. You just need the oomph to pull through.
What is this then, Kefka? A murder-suicide pact? You want us to fight you? Kill us?
On the contrary, you will all experiment. Experiments that succeeded, and possibly exceeded my expectations. Sadly, a few died along the way, but that was a risk I was willing to make.
So, what happens now?
Well, if I was the type to wear a watch, I'd be staring at it, annoyed nothing had happened. But there is also the case that nobody can see into here. At least nobody that I do not want. We shall see if your becoming gods upsets the Pantheon enough that they would like to make some changes.
I would imagine they would. We have a diverse group of alignments. And if you're behind this, as you said, they're not exactly happy with your choices. So, are we fighting this out? Or are we having a discussion about it?
I am more than happy to have a very drawn-out discussion, as it does take a little bit of time for the process to complete. As he says that, you can see that the glow has slowly progressed from your hands to your forearms.
Alright, I'm gonna try something. Gonna grab Yuki's hand and try and channel both mine and Yuki's power divinity into blowing up Kefka, if I have any way of doing that.
Alright. You try it, but Kefka seems unfazed.
Shit.
A valiant effort. Though I would thought one so academic as you would have a discussion rather than a blowing up match.
It is my specialty.
You would say that, though it seems most recently you've been pushed into the corner with a tiny little healing rod to make sure your allies keep moving.
They're my allies. I don't just let them die. And besides, I thought you were very good at betraying your allies. Surely you could learn something from actually looking after them. Do I know Kefka's myth of his ascension?
No, the only thing you would know of Kefka is that he absorbed the power of 3 previous gods to become a god himself. You don't know his own planet history.
Reverse that. Look, we just want to go home, Kefka. I could lie to you, I could attempt to cajole you, make you our friend, or any of the other myriad arrays of talking, but we're tired, and we want to go home. I don't want to be a god, do you? I'll look at the rest of the pie. Do you want to be gods?
No, I just want to nap at this point. I'll reach out and grab Osa's hand.
Osa just looks severely overwhelmed with everything that's been going on in the past 10 minutes. However long we've been here, and the previous place.
I have no interest of becoming a god.
Can I
It seems
materialize?
you say... What was that, Joseph?
I was gonna ask, can I materialize a chair with this new power that I'm getting?
No.
I just sit down.
I'm having a minute. Let me just...
Well, it seems that your trials amongst the plane of knowledge hasn't changed your answer towards the Shadow Crystal.
Strange that. It's almost as though we have morals we're going to stick to.
Well, it seems like your godly progress is slow. And since you're so raring up for a fight and not bothering to ask questions, I guess I can give you a fight if you really want it. How about we have an audience? I'm sure those that pray to Osa would love to give her more prayers, even if she loses her divinity through this. The amount that pray to her will make sure she keeps it forever. And since you all wish to lose it, I guess you'll all give it to her.
No.
Kefka snaps his finger as his form changes. Let us fight amongst more even playing grounds. This is the form I took not too long after absorbing enough power to become a god myself. It might put us on par, though I still have ample control over the rules of this plane and your world. But first, that audience I promised.
What an egotist.
He snaps his fingers again as the wispy barriers that create the walls shimmer as if they are mirrors, and you can see countless faces. It represents several of the different capitals of Aeon Gaia as everyone is staring up to the sky as if they are watching you. You see them gasp, point, and talk to one another as you can hear them whenever they say your name. These denizens will see that you wish just for destruction and not for talking. But if you truly wish to just give it all up, I'm sure their cries will make at least one of you a complete success.
You think showing them a picture of us battling pure evil will be an image that they will think that we're a failure? Well, We'll see how that goes.
So flashy, so showing off. Just ever heard of subtlety or subdued? Jeez.
Spoken from a true thief.
Go on then, Kefka. Show us your grand divine power.
Enough idle chit chat. Let me just get to it now.
That's gonna end one way or another now. At least it'll be the end.
The four of us against the one of you. We've done a lot in our different iterations, different places, different times. But we've always been the backup plan. But I suppose today we're better than that. We are the plan. We're the A-team. And you're in our way. So let's do this, Kefka.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
I'll make sure this fight is a bit more spicy for those down below to watch upon. We shall change our first rule. Rule number 1. Melee weapons do not exist. As he says that, your swords, falcatas, and axes all disappear from existence.
What about my gauntlets?
The gauntlets would go. You would still have your natural claws and bite.
I don't have claw. Naturally, I only have the bite.
Okay,
And
choose a
if its blade is still affected as well?
If Reed's blade is also affected.
Oh boy.
This fight just got a whole lot more tricky.
I mean, shit, we knew it was going to be bad.
And with your melee weapons no longer existing, we will end the session there.
Can my rule just be that all of Kefka's rules get nullified?
Can I pull the Una reverse card out?
I have a rule bouncing back cloak. I'm immune to him.
Mm-hmm. You activated my trap card.
And next week may be the final session.
Damn.
Shame on me. I believe so, yeah.
Ready? Then we shall complete this next time. Maybe, depending on